week's PAC Football Report. You're listening to the Andrew Auto Show on 91 FM, WSAJ.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for November 10, 2018. I'm Joe Underco. This week we will take a look back at last week's games in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing PAC Football Rivalry Week this Saturday. With 1 week to play, W&J and Case Western Reserve remain in a first-place tie at 7-1 atop the PAC standings, followed by Westminster at 6-2 and Grove City at 5-3. W&J won at St. Vincent 33-9, while Case posted a 41-17 home win over Waynesburg last week. Westminster scored in the closing seconds to edge Carnegie Mellon 23-19, and Grove City overcame an early 20-0 deficit to win at Geneva 35-27, their first win in Beaver Falls since 1979. Finally, Bethany posted its first shutout win since the 2011 season with a 20-0 blanking at Thiel. PAC Weekly honors went to Case freshman quarterback Drew Saxton on offense with 27 of 37 passing for 327 yards and 5 TD passes versus Waynesburg. Defensive laurels went to Westminster senior defensive tackle John Fitzgerald, as he posted 10 tackles, including 4 for losses and 2.5 sacks, while also blocking an extra point kick against CMU. Special teams recognition went to Case freshman kicker Robertson Albrecht for the second straight week, as he made all 7 of his kicks, including 32 and 37-yard field goals. Rookie of the week went to Grove City freshman quarterback Josh East, as he passed for 204 yards and 2 scores while rushing for 54 yards at Geneva. PAC Football Rivalry Week, which takes place annually in the final weekend of the regular season, leads off with the PAC Backyard Brawl as 8-1 W&J travels to 4-5 Waynesburg for a 1:30 p.m. kickoff at Wiley Stadium. The Presidents have dominated the all-time series, winning 41 of 45 all-time meetings, including the last 3 games. However, more important to W&J head coach Mike Sirianni is knowing that a President win Saturday clinches at least a share of the PAC title and the coveted automatic bid to the NCAA Division III playoffs.
Yeah, we have to win to clinch the conference championship, to clinch the playoff berth. You know, last week our mindset was the St. Vincent game was a playoff game. It's the same thing on Saturday. This is a playoff game for us. We know we have to win. We're going to go in there with that mindset, and hopefully we can play one of our better games.
Since 1986, the Academic Bowl has featured Case Western Reserve and Carnegie Mellon, including this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. as the 8-1 Spartans host the 4-4 Tartans at DeSanto Field in Cleveland. Last year's battle was one for the ages, as a punt block and TD return in the final seconds was instrumental in helping Case come from behind for a 41-34 overtime win in Pittsburgh that clinched a 10-0 regular season for the Spartans. Case head coach Greg Debelak talks about what the rivalry with Carnegie Mellon means to his program.
I think respect is the word that comes to mind when you bring up Carnegie Mellon and a Carnegie Mellon Case game. We recruit the same kids. We know each other very well. Coaching staffs have been around for a long time.
They've been playing the game between Westminster and Geneva since 1891, making it the 27th oldest rivalry in college football history at any level, and 6th oldest among D3 opponents. The rivalry is renewed at 1 p.m. Saturday, as the 2-6 Golden Tornadoes host the 6-3 Titans at Reeves Field in Beaver Falls. This week marks the 118th meeting all-time between the programs. Last year, Westminster edged an upset-minded Geneva squad 20-14 in New Wilmington. Titan head coach Scott Benzel says the old cliche of throw out the record book is definitely applicable when these two longtime rivals meet.
When I first took the job and how important it is, and all the alumni that have sent emails, and they continue to do that, and it's an important one up here, and we're going to have to play our best to beat this team.
In other action, the 35th battle for the Mercer County Cup takes place in Grove City, as the 5-3 Wolverines host 0-9 Thiel at Thorne Field at 1:30 p.m. Grove City rolled to a 51-21 final over the Tomcats a year ago, breaking a 3-year run of Thiel earning the Cup victory. Finally, the green game between 1-8 St. Vincent and 4-5 Bethany takes place at Bison Stadium in West Virginia beginning at 1 p.m. Last season, the Bison edged the Bearcats 34-23 in Latrobe. That's all for this final edition of the 2018 PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website, www.pacathletic.org, anytime for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other info. You can also follow us on social media via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underco. Thanks for listening. And for a final time in 2018, we'll see you at the stadium.
Welcome back to the Andrew DiDonato Show on 91 FM WSAJ. Ryan Briggs here along with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato, getting you set for the 35th Mercer County Cup game. Grove City hosting Thiel at 1:30. Mark Means and Chris Birch will have the call coming up at the bottom of the hour. Coach, the Thiel Tomcats, it's been a tough year for the Cats. They had a couple near misses early, then they went through the meat of their schedule. It's a young team. They've had some attrition, injuries, and other absences. Tomcats coming in looking for win number 1 this year, and it's always dangerous to play a team that's desperate at the end of the season.
Yeah, and playing for something that we all cherish too. You know, they're coming in here knowing that they want the Mercer County Cup. They know if they get that cup, then that's a positive way to end the season. So we know we're going to get a Thiel team that's hungry and excited to compete. And you mentioned it. I mean, we just talked about Geneva. They played Geneva really tough. That was a great football game. And Waynesburg, a couple weeks ago, we talked about them coming in here on a 3-game win streak. Well, it was 24-21 in a battle back and forth. So they've been in close games. They have athletes who've made plays. So, we're locked in. We got to master art and effort. Expect no different in this league. We've won 5 games. But they have been battles, and they have been hard fought, and it has taken 4 quarters. And our guys have the mindset no different. Every play is going to matter. Every play can impact the game. And we're excited to compete against Thiel once again for the Mercer County Cup.
Last week, Thiel fell to Bethany 20-0 in Greenville. Game was 6-0 well into the second half. It seems as if, in looking, I guess, the macro view of Thiel is the defense is probably the strength of this team.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about it. Bethany has some explosive players, and they're having a nice season down there, and Thiel's defense shut them down in the first half. Bethany really couldn't get anything going. They couldn't generate any drives, a lot of punts, a lot of 3-and-outs. Bethany was faced with a lot of 3rd and longs, so really not having much success on 1st and 2nd down. So credit Thiel for that. They're athletic on defense. They fly to the football, and they've really been playing well. You look at all their games that they've been in, the defense has been able to hold the opponent down and give their offense a chance. So, yeah, they're playing at a high level on defense, and certainly holding Bethany to 6 points in the first half was very impressive last week.
On paper, they listed as a 3-3-5 defense. Is it a 3-3-5?
Yeah, they're multiple. They are multiple. They'll give you a bunch of different looks within that 3-3-5. They'll bump into what we would look at more as an even front. Same personnel, just moving some guys around. Probably fits within their scheme of what they declare as being their 3-3-5, but it's really more of an even front and how they walk guys up, move the D-line. So our guys know it's going to be multiple looks, and like we saw last week, we saw a team do something they never do. So we need to be ready for anything. We need to be ready for any defensive look, anything that's thrown our way. Our guys got to communicate, take their time, and make sure we get ourselves in the best situation possible.
When you look at them size-wise, not a lot of bulk up front, or for that matter, on all 11 guys, so I'm guessing it's a speed-based defense?
Yeah, and that's what you saw against Bethany. Bethany has a lot of speed, and Thiel matched it, and the reason is they may be a little lighter, but the benefit to that is your guys can move. Their D-linemen are athletic. Their linebackers are athletic. So really the strength of their defense is their athleticism.
The linebackers, Matt Crawford out of Greenville High School on the strong side at 240. He's the second heaviest guy in the starting lineup. Grant Milne in the middle at 225. Then Dusty Maines on the weak side at 195, the linebackers. Looking at the Thiel offense, Coach, they've had some inconsistency at the quarterback spot. Kind of a revolving door. It seems as if they've settled on Damon Smith, the freshman from South Park, 6'1", 145. See the typical dual threat type quarterback?
Yeah, absolutely. Good athlete, really good athlete. They run a lot. They run the quarterback quite a bit, and we've seen him just his ability to make plays with his legs, make guys miss in space. That's been impressive. There's a lot of times where he's one-on-one with a defender in space, and you see him make that guy miss. So an athletic young man that each week as a freshman is growing more into their offense, and you've seen the growth in him. So, yeah, he's more of that dual-threat quarterback that you would expect to see.
On the outside, a couple of freshman targets as well. Devin Turner at 6'2". He's also from South Park. And then Fred Davis, 6'2", 205 from Tampa, Florida. The guys, they look to use the vertical passing game with them, or is it more kind of catch and run?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll do both. They'll utilize some quick game and get the ball on the edge right now, but they'll also take their shots downfield. And, one nice thing for a freshman quarterback is to have guys you're familiar with. So anytime you're a freshman Q and you have a receiver that you've probably thrown to your whole life growing up with each other, it calms you down a little bit, knows that you have some familiarity there, some timing there. So, yeah, there's some guys on the edge that they're going to look to get the ball in space and take some shots downfield, and our guys need to be aware and ready for that.
Running game led by Nick Barca, the senior from Baldwin High School. He seems like he's been there for about 6 years, but he looks like the typical Thiel running back, 5'9", 190, and is he inside the tackle guy, or does he look to get outside?
Yeah, obviously we're very familiar with Nick. Really, he's had a great career. I mean, you look at that. I know he's up there in their record books for career rushing, and really the ability to do both. Tough kid, runs between the tackles. They'll run a lot of zone with him and get him between the tackles, and obviously can bounce it and make plays with his legs. But tough runner, hard runner, and just been really impressed watching his career during his time there at Thiel.
This is, of course, the Mercer County Cup game. It's also senior day for the Wolverines. Grove City, a small senior class, 10 seniors, which certainly bodes well for the future as well. But this 10-man group, it's certainly a very special group, isn't it, Coach?
It is, and just to see them, their story, those 10, and then we have a student coach as well in that class, and where they were at the halfway point in their college career, and really the leadership. I look at our captains in this group and seniors, the way they bought into knowing that it wasn't going to be easy. We talk brick by brick. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to lay bricks, but if you buy into doing the weight room right, practicing the right way, handling spring ball the right way, we said it's going to pay off. And those guys, and I tell them this all the time, and this is the lesson I want them to take, it's how they responded when things weren't going well that are allowing them to enjoy this senior year. And I hope they take that for the rest of their life. It's when things weren't going well for them, they responded the right way, how they approached preparing, lifting. And now as seniors, they have a chance to potentially have one of the best seasons in a long time in this program. They already have and really put a stamp on it with this one. And because they responded the right way when things weren't going well, they're getting to enjoy this. And that little phrase right there is how I'll remember this group.
The Wolverines are 6-3, looking to get to 7-3. To do that, have to defeat Thiel and retain the Mercer County Cup. You have a unique perspective on it from your playing days. Of course, your last career game was the Mercer County Cup 9 years ago up at Thiel. But you played in this game when it was a midseason game, and then you played it in 2008, 2009, the first 2 years of the PAC having rivalry week, which is one of the best things the PAC has ever done, if I may express an opinion. But it was always a special game, but having it be game number 10 just ramped things up considerably.
Absolutely. And, when you look back, obviously playing here, there's always, even for my brother, too, who played here before I did, the games you remember most are these ones, rivalry, when you're playing for something, playing for the cup. I remember my brother still remembers one of his games, a blocked punt that helped decide it. And then I remember 2003, there it is. For me, obviously, I remember that last one I played in, a double overtime battle up in Greenville. And it's, A, you tend to remember the last one. B, you tend to remember the rivalry games that you played for something. And in Thiel, you have both. You have a rivalry game. It's the last game of the year. So when you put those two things together, that makes for a game that you mentioned, those 10 seniors, it's going to be a game they're going to remember forever.
And from a Thiel standpoint, they've not had a great year, but the Tomcats have the chance to come in and be a spoiler as well. I'm sure that they know that they can reclaim the cup and kind of maybe put a sour taste on the end of what's been a good season for us.
Yeah, we were in a similar position a few years ago, and we sold it as you win this game, that can springboard you to the off season. And I thought the 1 year we played our best game in that final one. And so we're going to get the best game from Thiel. We're playing for something. It's a rivalry. And anytime you're playing a rivalry game, you throw the records out the window as far as your mindset. You come in expecting to win, wanting to win. Who cares what happened to this point? Let's go get it. They're going to be their mindset, and I think it's going to make for a really fun atmosphere on Saturday.
We certainly are not counting any chickens before they hatch, but there's a possibility. There's been some chatter of perhaps an ECAC bowl game, depending on how things go. Of course, in this game, Wolverines have to win to still be in contention. But with that carrot out there, is that something that's been talked about at all, or is it just focused all on Thiel?
Yeah, we've never been afraid to talk vision and process, because I think it helps you to have a vision you're focused on and working towards, kind of the why of why you're going out to practice. Even for our young guys who maybe haven't played much, why give a great scout look this week? Because of what you're playing for. Think about the why. It's not just what you're doing, it's why you're doing it. And with that, we always talk about process to know that why is never going to happen if you don't do your job. So we're not shy to talk about what's at stake. You know, it'd be the second postseason game in program history we could go be a part of. That's exciting. That's a special thing to work towards. So we have talked about that. That's the vision. But right with it, we always talk process, saying it's not going to happen if you don't do your job for 4 quarters and give great effort and win. So we're never shy to talk about. I know people have different opinions on that. I don't think either one's wrong. I mean, whatever is someone's preference. But my preference is always let's put the vision out there, but let's make sure we understand that that vision will never happen if you don't master the process. So we've talked about it, and our guys know what they got to do to get there.
In short, this might not be the last Andrew DiDonato show of the season. We'll know more come Monday.
That's the vision.
That's the vision. That's exactly it. But, Coach, what are the keys for the Wolverines to extend the win streak to 6 and retain the Mercer County Cup?
Yeah, we talked about it. Number one, offensively, is be able to handle with their multiple looks. We know we're going to get a lot of different things thrown at us from Thiel's defense. So offensively, we have to be able to work to the right men, take care of the right people, and handle the multiple looks we're going to get. Defensively, you're going to have to limit the big plays. We talked about they have some athleticism on the field, and anytime, you know, a team offensively things, we'll put ourselves in position to reclaim the cup.
Coach, always a pleasure. Let's win the cup.
I love it. Thanks, Briggsy.
That's Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. You've been listening to the Andrew DiDonato Show on 91 FM WSAJ. Coming up next, it's the 35th Mercer County Cup game on the home of the Wolverines, 91 FM WSAJ.
Hi, I'm Sleepy Boy Hawkins, host of the ever-compelling Blues Unlimited radio show, inviting you to join me each and every week as we explore the wonderful world of the blues and its history, heritage, and rich cultural traditions. Every Saturday night at 10 on 91.1 WSAJ, Grove City College Radio.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard-hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier-hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this.
Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Matt Kenseth. You don't have to be a race car driver to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you can't control, like mechanical issues, high winds, and rain delays. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and leave the drama for the racetrack.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
From Grove City College, this is 91 FM WSAJ, Grove City.
91.1 WSAJ, Grove City presents Wolverines football. Mark Means, Chris Birch trying to retain the Mercer County Cup. Chris in the 35th playing. And a lot potentially on the line for the Wolverines this afternoon.
Yeah, it's actually really an incredible moment here. You think about, playing obviously your rivalry game against the Thiel Tomcats, the Mercer County Cup at stake, but also, the idea of, perhaps wrapping up the second best season in terms of wins in the past 25 years. Perhaps, getting a postseason bid for the second time in just those 25 years. So a lot of things at stake, a lot of great stuff going on here today for this Grove City College football program.
The Wolverine program, the coaching staff, the fans will say goodbye to 10 seniors today that'll come through the tunnel of players for the final time. Wolverines starting the new tradition, homecoming and for the Mercer County Cup wearing all red today again.
I love it. Anything like that, any kinds of traditions, it becomes, special to the players. It gives the game some extra meaning, all of that kind of stuff. Again, you come out, you start playing, you start hitting people and getting hit, and that stuff doesn't make that big of a difference. But those are the kind of traditions that you remember that make it fun.
Now you look at this matchup, the Tomcats come in at 0-9 and 0-8. The Wolverines 6-3, 5-3 in the President's Athletic Conference. The 35th playing on the Mercer County Cup. Wolverines lead it 22-12 and have won 7 of the last 10.
Yeah, there's no question. Recently the Grove City College team has dominated this game, and this Tomcat team though 0-9. But you look at some of their game by games. There's certainly some ugly numbers on their game by games. But then there's also some things that sort of get your attention, right? Last week they held a Bethany team that, you and I drove down into West Virginia and saw 2 months ago, almost to the day, that put up a ton of points on this Grove City College team. They held them to 20. There's been a couple of games where they have, scored some points. They scored 21 against Waynesburg. So, this is a team that, they're 0-9, but they can do some things. You have to go out and play this game, certainly, like you would against anybody else.
You look at today's game, not only the all-red uniforms, but special helmets for today as well. We all know about the mantra that Coach DiDonato has brought to the program, building brick by brick, and you will see that at a red stripe down the center of the helmet today with that mantra, that catchphrase, how they have built this program back up brick by brick.
Pretty amazing, really, and certainly you always take a moment when you're on something like a senior day to sort of look back, and this is a group right here. You can hear Sports Information Director and Public Address Announcer Ryan Briggs announcing each of them. It's pretty amazing, when you think about these guys came in after an 0-10 season, which would have been their senior year, and then their first 2 years here, the team went 0-10, and here they are with an opportunity to wrap up a 7-win season, perhaps secure a postseason bid. So certainly a big turnaround, and these seniors were a huge part of that.
You're looking at Daniel Jackson, Ethan Conto, Sam Henson have already been announced. That is the H-back Rob Kuntz getting introduced. You look at this Thiel team, and we were talking about it a little bit earlier as well, because they are last in the conference in points per game offensively. They give up the most points per game defensively, but statistically, they have 2 of the best 5 tacklers in the league.
Right, and I mean, there's 2 ways to look at that. You can look at it of, that means that maybe a lot of the other guys on that defense aren't doing a whole lot. You can certainly look at it that way, but you can also look at it that you have some very good players on that defense. So you have to game plan in a way to make sure that those guys aren't blowing up play after play after play on you. And I think certainly that's kind of the challenge on for the offensive coaches and the offensive unit for this Wolverine team.
We talk about these 10 seniors that have done so much for the program and Coach DiDonato, but you look at the youth that is coming back and coming back with experience, because you look up and down the roster. Leslie Schools is 9th in Division III in rushing. He'll be back for his senior year next year. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards 2 of his 3 years and just missed it with well over 900 yards as a freshman. So he's a very experienced group that will return for next year.
Yeah, I mean, just two great quarterbacks, a great running back, maybe one of the top 5 in the country, and 2 superstar wide receivers all coming back to go with a lot of other core players. So yeah, that's what makes all of this exciting. We celebrate the seniors today, but we look at this year as a 7-3 season, potentially a postseason bid. But for a lot of these guys, they probably feel like, hey, we're just getting started.
You talk about the freshman quarterback. Began this year as a safety and played some scout team quarterback that got the coaching staff's attention. You go back on the calendar, he made his first start September 22nd at W&J. It was a rough outing. He threw 4 interceptions that day, and it's a very good team that is headed to the postseason in Division III. Well, since that game, East has now thrown 101 passes without throwing an interception.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals where, he learned a whole bunch of good lessons in a game that's what you wanted to. And I mean, you think about, and it wouldn't take a lot. This is not, you wouldn't have to be that weak-willed of a person to have a start like that against a team like that and basically have your confidence be shot for the season. I mean, that happens all the time. That happens more than the other way around. But this kid has somehow figured out a way to turn it back around and
won the toss
and have a great year.
In the second half. Thiel received to start the game.
Okay. So there we know it. At Grove City, again, they've made a lot of hay, haven't they, getting the ball first in the second half in games that we've seen. So
you talk about the adjustments this coaching staff has made. And you talk about Coach DiDonato in the pregame show, talking about Coach Lowry, the defensive coordinator, and the adjustments that they made last week at Geneva. And we've seen it both sides of the football all year long. You're talking about coming from behind, being down 20-0 in Geneva, winning games in the final couple of minutes 2 times here at home, including a monster win over Westminster.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible. And I loved hearing that when Coach DiDonato was talking about that. In the Coach DiDonato show, just how he just was, he's kind of standing there thinking, what are we going to do? And he just marveled at what his defensive coaches were able to do in that game to stop a Geneva offense that was showing something that they hadn't shown yet that season, and it was really working for them. So, great kind of like that inner coaching staff relationship, where those guys come to trust each other and don't feel like they have to know everything themselves, and that was just a great couple of minutes there in that in that interview.
2 men back deep for the Tomcats of Thiel. It is time for the 35th playing of the Mercer County Cup on a windy, cold day, with some snow showers expected as we go throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, you were talking about you haven't done a game yet. We haven't done a game with snow yet. There's snow like under the bench from this morning, so it counts. I'm counting it. I'm counting this as a snow game, Mark.
Our 40th game together.
Wow.
As we wrap up our 8th season here with the Wolverines. Kickoff going to drive deep, about 5 yards deep into the end zone by Morrow. And that ball will head out of the back of the end zone, and Thiel will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, that's amazing. I saw you put that on some social media today, that this is your 80th game, and it's amazing how fast these years have gone. My kids have gone from little kids to college kids and older high school kids in that amount of time, and it's been awesome, kind of gauging kind of our life from one fall to the next here with this Grove City College football team and with each other.
Damon Smith is the quarterback out of the pistol. Nick Barca is their feature back. He'll get it on 1st down. And Barca, the senior from Baldwin High School in Pittsburgh, has a short gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and again, this offensive line from Thiel getting some praise from Coach DiDonato in the pregame show as well. He says, if you're not ready to move and be active and try to out-athlete them, if you just kind of, try to muscle on muscle, weight on weight, they're very good.
Smith going to take the ball, gives it to Barca again. He'll fall forward across the 30 and out to about the 32-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and short. And wind will definitely be a factor as the Tomcats going left to right here in the opening quarter, going into the wind. It is a stiff breeze with both the flags on top the goalposts and the American flag fully stretched.
Yeah, I was walking in today. I didn't realize, just kind of hanging out at home, how it's definitely, the wind is, it's a winter day. I mean, it's, just a couple of games ago, we were complaining about how hot it was and killing bees on the window, and now it's a winter day.
Split backs in the backfield. Smith looking to throw. Throws underneath. Pass dislodged and then intercepted by Henson. And Henson's across the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line. A fantastic juggling interception by the senior, Sam Henson, who also leads this team, second on the team in tackles.
Well, you forgot to mention that Patrick Mark had it for a couple of seconds, too. It went from receiver to Mark to Sam Henson, and Henson finally said, all right, if you don't want it, I'm taking it. He snatched it, and good little return, and the Grove City College offense in business after the Thiel turnover.
10th interception thrown by freshman Damon Smith on the year for the Tomcats. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. East out of the pistol, going to give the ball to Wesley Schools, running right up the middle. Schools in that big, experienced offensive line across the 25 and down to the 22.
Yeah.
Brought down by Milne.
Spinoza, his 28th start. Villers, his 28th start. Matthews, his 21st. Michelet, his 12th. Dalton Callahan, his 30th. The one senior on the line. And we'll get a penalty here on 2nd down and 4 for the Wolverines.
I certainly wouldn't put that interception on Damon Smith, though. That ball should have been caught.
Prior to snap. Defense, offside, contact. Number 51, 5-yard penalty. First down.
So that encroachment penalty on the Tomcat defense is going to give the Wolverines an easy first down and move the ball to the 17-yard line of the Tomcats. 1st down and 10, just underway. Wolverines right to left. Again, give it to Schools. He'll hit the pile and keep the feet turning down to the 15-yard line. Gains 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, there's Milne and some of your guys that you were talking about in the upper echelon of the conference in tackles. And, again.
Milne wearing 51 instead of his typical 34 today.
Okay.
We saw this last week. Wolverines used some cards to signal plays in at Geneva. Looks like they're continuing that this week. Handoff Schools running to the right. Now cuts back to the left. He's down to the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Wolverines at the 4.
Yeah, great little cut back there by Schools. Coming off of some nice blocks. Grove City now picking up that first down. The old 1st and goal from the 4. You got to love that.
Big package in, high snap, and East is going to try and keep that football. And he'll get down to maybe the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal from there.
East on the run.
Yeah, big Dusty Maines coming up and making the stop there from his linebacker position.
Leading tackler on the team, 2nd in the conference, is Maines with 82.
Wow.
2nd and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line. East has Schools in the pistol formation. Now he'll move underneath center. Little eye look into the backfield. Give to Schools, and he'll hammer his way down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Curtis Johnson coming from the opposite side from that defensive tackle position. Making the tackle from the backside, denying Schools the end zone. So Thiel certainly putting up some resistance here.
Right back to the line. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Play clock at 20. East going to keep the football. Look for the end zone, and he's in for the Wolverine touchdown from 1 yard away.
Yeah, great surge by the offensive line of the Wolverines as they just snowplowed the Thiel defensive line into the end zone. East following them up, keeping the feet churning. And the Grove City Wolverines strike first here in the Mercer County Cup game.
Nick Morrow, the freshman, lying to the left to attempt the extra point. Tyler Gustafson will do the holding, the junior out of Shippensburg. Snap down, a rush on, extra point, plenty of distance, and good. Wolverines take the turnover. They cash it in for 6 points, lead it 7-0. 11 minutes to play, opening quarter on 91-1 WSAJ.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing. Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Wolverines take the 7-0 lead. They take the interception and turn it into 6 points on the rushing touchdown for freshman quarterback Josh East, making his 7th career start.
Yeah, again, great start, taking that turnover and capitalizing on it with 7.
Morrow's kick field inside the 10, across the 15, 20, down to about the 23-yard line before a nice open field tackle made there by a Wolverine special teams that's been very good this year.
Oh, yeah, very, very good. That was Rob Kunst and Connor Shoemaker coming up to make that stop there. Just nowhere for him to go. So Thiel, decent field position, but still a nice play by the Grove City special teams.
Damon Smith, the quarterback for the Tomcats, 1st and 10. Ball at their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers go to the left, 1 to the right side. Smith will work out of the pistol. Barca's the tailback. Got to give it to Barker. Sutter steps in the hole, gets across the 25, falls forward to about the 26-yard line. Nice gain for Barca on 1st down.
Yeah, nice little cutback. It looked like Patrick Mark was going to be able to get him there from that free safety position right about the line of scrimmage, but he made a nice cutback, broke a tackle, and was able to pick up 4 for the Tomcats.
2nd and 6. 10:25 to play, opening quarter. 7-0 Wolverines. Tomcats have the ball at the 27-yard line. 2 backs now on the backfield with Smith on 2nd and 6. Turn's going to hand the ball off to Barca, and he'll work his way down to the 30. He'll pick up about 3, Chris. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah. And again, good little surge by the O-line for Thiel. Chris Wolf coming up from the DN position to make a nice tackle. So here we go, 3rd and 3. Certainly from the Tomcat perspective, the last thing in the world you want to do is give Grove City the football back. If you're Grove City, an opportunity to just completely steal the momentum of this game here.
Junior Chris Wolf out of North Halden, New Jersey, has had a fantastic junior season. Smith going to give it to Barca, full speed into the hole. And by the initial spot, he was able to just pick up the 1st down. Needed 3, got 4, and the Tomcats moved the chains.
Yeah, good surge by Barca there. It looked like they were going to be able to stonewall him, but he kind of bounced off of the wall and was able to get past the 1st down marker.
Barker, their leading rusher, 379 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for the Baldwin High School graduate. Playing here in his final game for the Tomcats. Smith out of the pistol. Going to give it to Barca again. And he's able to get close to 2. Bring up 2nd down, we'll say about 8.
Yeah, we're going to be obviously hearing calling the name Nick Barca a lot for this Thiel offense when they're on the field. Pretty good football factory down there, that school, Baldwin.
A couple of seniors combining on the tackle, Conto and Henson on the stop. 2nd and 7. 8.5 minutes to play, clock rolling, 1st quarter. Tomcats going to go 2 to the left, 1 to the right, wing to the left, man in motion right to left. Smith the throw, swings it out to the receiver who made the catch after going in motion. Gets across the 40 and out near the 42-yard line. And
complete the number 16, Keandre Hood.
That's Hood on the reception, one of their leading receivers on the year.
Yeah. Pretty good blocking down the field, able to get a really good block. The Tomcats were on Daniel Jackson to spring him there for those last 2 or 3 yards. So here we go, another 3rd and short situation for the Tomcats. Grove City D needs to step up and make a play here.
3rd and 4. Smith back to throw. Fires underneath. Pass caught. 1st down across the 50, 45, and down to the Wolverine 40-yard line. Reaching up and plucking that football out of the sky was a fantastic catch for the Tomcats. That's David Pugh, the senior from Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah. Several guys on the roster here from Florida playing in the snow. There's your snow, Mark, by the way. It's a couple of flakes in the air, so it's official now.
We'll call it officially a snow game. Absolutely. Because we're up here in the heated press box.
Right, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, what's everybody complaining about?
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Wolverines showing blitz. They are going to give the ball to Barca. And he's going to get across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And Nick Barca is getting a lot of work here early.
Yeah, he's you can tell he's running hard and, a lot of pride there. Look at a senior playing in their last game on a team that's 0-9 and obviously no shortage of hard work on his part, so good for him.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6, under 7 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Twins right, single receiver to the left, slot man right, going to go in motion into the backfield. Going to give Barca on a stretch handoff, trying to turn the corner. Flag flies. Daniel Jackson going to chase him back to the left side of the field. He'll have the first down as he's across the 30 to the 28-yard line, but way back here behind the 40, an area of a hold or maybe a block in the back.
Offense number 10. Be 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat the down.
Yeah, I think that was pretty obvious to everybody. You could see the entire Grove City College sideline react simultaneously there when that hold was made. The flag came out split second after that. So yeah, that was a pretty obvious one. I knew it was coming back. All that work afterwards was for naught.
Penalty on Jamie Summers, the senior wide receiver from Seneca High School up in Erie. 2 leading receivers in terms of catches on this Tomcat team, both freshmen.
It's always certainly a good sign.
And we're going to go 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Smith to throw it on a first down. Receiver makes the catch, but there's not a lot of room upfield, shy of the 45-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, there's my guy Sam Henson making that tackle. I don't know, Mark. We've been calling games now long enough that we sort of have a context. Mm-hmm. I think Sam Henson is one of my favorite players to watch that we've ever gotten a chance to call here in these past 8 years.
64 tackles, number 2 on the team for the Wolverines this year. 3rd and 14. Trips right, 1 man to the left. Smith out of the pistol, 3-step drop, pressured as he rolls to the right. Eyes downfield. Now he's going to turn, run back to the left, looking for some help. There's some running room to that outside. He's across the 50, 45, 40, 35, still going, and he's going to be close to the first down inside the 35, near the 32-yard line.
Huh. Yeah.
With no flag on the play.
How about that? Yeah, no, he just kept reversing the field. He got a pretty good block all the way over here from the big O-lineman from Slippery Rock playing for Thiel. Cameron Neal was able to reverse his field the first time. And then he thought, okay, he's going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. But sure enough, he was able to cut it up in and pick up enough yards that Thiel is now going to go for it on 4th and 2.
4th and 2, 2 right, 1 left. Split backs in the backfield. Give it to Barca. He's across the 30. He'll have the first down to the 28-yard line, and the drive will continue.
Barca on the run. Run down by Barca.
And again, one of the things certainly that got my attention listening to the pregame show was Coach DiDonato's praise of this Thiel offensive line. And they have really done some great things here in this particular drive. So
had a chance to talk to the Tomcat radio crew, telling me Damon Smith, a gifted runner, learning and developing as a quarterback, but he can run, and we saw it 2 plays ago.
Right.
2 receivers right, wing left, receiver left. Barca trying to bounce it into that hole, evades the first tackle as he's down to the 25-yard line before being thrown back.
Yeah, Jacob Ross was having none of it. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, that's the tackle that he's broken a couple of times right there, sort of in that linebacker area. But Ross came up and great fundamental tackle. Hold him to just about a 2.5, 3-yard gain there.
2nd and 7. 3:40 to play, opening quarter, 7-0 Wolverines. Tomcats have the ball at the Grove City 25-yard line. Smith back to throw, looking left, sets his feet. Now being pressured, he'll roll back to the right. There's a couple of offensive linemen out there in front of him, throws it downfield. Receiver came back to it and made the catch, but that's not going to count as one of the side judge throws the hat saying it's an illegal touching.
Yeah, you could see the receiver there, Fred Davis. He didn't even realize that he went out of bounds.
Received the ball, incomplete pass.
But he was. I mean, that was obviously the right call as he went out went out of bounds and then came back. So
Fred Davis, a potential playmaker down the road for the Tomcats, 6'2", 205 from Tampa, Florida.
The pass incomplete. 3rd down and 7.
So 3rd and 7, 3:12 to play in this opening quarter. Trips right, one man to the left. Smith looking to the right side. He's going to run it. Breaks the first tackle. He dives inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line, maybe the 19-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th and short.
Yeah, boy, you said it. You used the word gifted runner a couple of plays ago. That was some highlight film stuff there, him breaking those tackles.
Smith, 6'1", 145 out of South Park High School in his freshman year.
Yeah, an impressive drive here by Thiel. 14th play of the drive and almost 8 minutes here. So, yeah, very, very impressive long extended drive here for the Tomcats. Grove City defense on their heels right now.
Barca, the tailback. 3 receivers in the formation. Smith calls for the football, gives it to Barca. Barca across the 15 and down to the 14-yard line on some power running by the 5'9" senior. Gives them another first down.
5-yard gain.
Tomcat offensive line opening up the holes once again. See Barca picking up another first down here. So yeah, you talk about it in rivalry games, right, Mark? You always talk about how, the underdog is going to come out and play their best game, and then a lot of times that doesn't happen. But certainly on this drive, you can tell this Tomcat team very motivated.
Split backs in the backfield with Smith. That's the backup tailback getting the carry for the first time. And he's down to the 11-yard line.
Low and Kilgore on the stop.
Chris DeBose, sophomore from Cardinal O'Hara up in Buffalo, New York. A high school that comes down and plays some of our Youngstown area teams quite frequently.
Right. They play the Erie schools too. Cathedral Prep and McDowell.
So it's 2nd and 8, under a minute and a half to play in this opening quarter. Tomcats going to have 2 left, 1 receiver right. Split backs in the backfield. It's Barca and Watkins. Smith to throw, looking back, pylon, and that ball is off the intended hands of the receiver. Looking for Devin Turner, number 18, and incomplete.
Yeah, that's his old high school teammates, right? Devin Turner and Damon Smith, both out of South Park, another good football factory from the Pittsburgh area as well, and just off the fingertips. Pretty well defended. Certainly give Jackson McFall some credit out there for making that a nearly impossible catch.
It'll be 3rd and 8 with 1:05 to play in this opening quarter. Single receivers right and now 2 to the left. Smith to throw, pressured, rolling out, flips the ball to the running back who's across the 20, 15, and banged out of bounds at the 10-yard line. He flipped the ball back to William Watkins, who turned what could be a really disastrous play into a decent run.
How about that? I mean, that's, again, it's like those are some things you see when when your team's 0-9, and I'm saying that as a positive. It's like, well, what do we have to lose? Normally there you'd say, don't ever pitch the ball like that. But he pitches the ball and picks up 7 or 8 more yards to get him in great field position here for the field goal.
Chris Rosales will try the 25-yard attempt, the 5'8 junior. Snap down, rush on, and the kick is good. So Rosales' field goal is good, and with less than half a minute to play in the opening quarter, Tomcats' long drive turns into just 3.
Well, I tell you what, again, sort of kind of a win, it's like a win for both teams, because if you're Grove City, after that drive, you're not complaining too much about only giving up 3. But if you're the Tomcats, you certainly have to build a lot of confidence from running an almost 20-play, 9-minute drive to chew up most of the first quarter, and you get points out of it. You keep Grove City's offense off the field.
It's a Tomcat defense giving up about 39, close to 40 points per game while scoring only around 10.
Yeah, I know. 10-minute and 28 drive, or an 18-play, 10-minute and 28-second drive, we're being told officially. So very, very impressive drive for the Tomcats. Again, if you're Grove City, you'll take we only gave up 3, But if you're Thiel, again, you talk about teams that are 0-9 that have struggled all season long, you got to feel pretty good about, hey, we can move the football against this team and put together a sustained drive.
So we've got just 25 seconds to play here in this opening quarter.
Roth and Woodford deep.
Roth and Woodford are back deep. Rosales with it teed up at the 35. High, very short kick. But it's going to be a fair catch called for and made. And that for the Wolverines is Logan Shreve, a sophomore wide receiver from Guys Mills, PA, and Cochranton High School.
Yes, certainly a team that we're familiar with around here. A lot of our local Mercer County high school teams play Cochranton in various sports. I thought Guys Mills was Maplewood, though. What do I know?
East out of the pistol. Schools is the tailback. East play action. Going to go deep for Drake, who's open behind the secondary. Makes the catch all the way inside the Tomcat 30-yard line.
Wow, you could see that one developing as Drake just was able to shake Joseph Beckley. And is able to cut it up into the middle. A nice ball thrown by East. And the Wolverine offense getting back on that field after almost a 25-minute break in real time in business.
East to throw again, looking for Augustison, a little too deep out of the back end into the end zone and incomplete as the quarter comes to an end.
Quarter.
After one, it is Grove City 7 and Thiel 3 on 91.1 WSAJ.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Uh-huh, okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Second quarter about to get underway. 7-3 Wolverines, and they've got the football just outside the 25-yard line of the Tomcats. 2nd and 10. Wolverines now left to right here in the second quarter. East out of the pistol, high snap, looking to throw again, play action, firing deep, looking for Gustafson, knocked away, and a little underthrown that time and almost intercepted.
Yeah, Raymond Jackson able to step in front of Gustafson and almost intercepted that. You can see Gustafson kind of talking to the official walking back. He maybe thought that he was kind of pushed out of the way there when he came back.
Love how the Wolverines are trying to stretch the field, and it'll open up some running lanes for schools.
Right, no question.
Rob Kuntz, the wide receiver, tight end, H-back to the left with Drake. Gustafson to the right. East high snap again with the play action. Looking for Gustafson. Makes the catch. Tightrope to the sidelines. And he's out of bounds inside the 15 and near the 10-yard line.
East pass complete to number 14.
Yeah, Gustafson out of Shippensburg. I saw Shippensburg losing last night in the first round of the Pennsylvania State playoffs. So obviously a great football program out there that he comes from, and just an unbelievable season and career Cody Gustafson is having here.
Before the snap, we've got a flag, and it looked like one of the Tomcats came across and made contact. We'll wait for the official call. By the way, Chris, catch 122 in Cody's career with 2 years to go.
Contact by the defense in the neutral zone.
Okay.
Number 50, be 5-yard penalty.
That helps.
Still first down.
That helps. I thought maybe it was going to be a illegal motion, but no.
At the 6-yard line.
So 1st and 5. Give it to Schools following that big offensive line down to the 2-yard line.
really good really good pancake block there time by Sam Mikolay.
Gustafson, Chris, needing 75 yards today to go over 1,000 on the season. Only one other receiver in school history has accomplished that, and he did it twice.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Again, whistles will stop play. So one of the Wolverine players was pointing at the scoreboard, but to see what the issue is. So they had it marked as if it was second and goal, but it is not. They can pick up a first down right around the 1.
It's second and 1. Second and 1.
That's a great job by the officials to catch that stop play.
Yeah.
East under center. Schools the tailback. Wesley going to get it. The express looking for the end zone, and he's in for touchdown number 13 on his junior year.
Yeah, what a great surge by the O-line again. Can't say enough about them. And Schools just scampering, just kind of using the old high step, avoiding a couple of tackles and getting into the end zone. And Grove City, after that long offensive possession by Thiel, resulting in 3 points for them, gets the football back, goes right down the field and scores.
Morrow line to the right will attempt the extra point. Snap down, a rush on, and the extra point good. 13:34 to go here in the first half. Grove City 14, Thiel 3 on 91.1 WSAJ.
I'm Martha Barnett.
And I'm Grant Barrett. On A Way with Words, you're invited to talk about language.
We solve linguistic mysteries, play word games, and debate the finer points of grammar.
And you'll get fresh perspectives on pop culture, old sayings, regional expressions, books and writing, and slang.
Tune in to A Way with Words Sunday afternoons at 3 on 91.1 WSAJ Grove City.
Morrow to kick off, Chris. Efficient offense for the Wolverines. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
Right, and this is what we've seen them do. Be really efficient. So even, to Thiel, if their game plan was to sort of keep the ball away from Grove City's offense, it's working. However, here it is at 13:34 to go in the second quarter. They're down 14-3.
Morrow gets the foot into it, end over end, short kick. Tomcats going to let that bounce out of bounds. And Thiel potentially going to get good field position out of this if they accept the penalty, and it looks like they will. So bring the ball out to the 35 after the kickoff out of bounds. That long time-consuming possession for the Tomcats on drive number 2.
Thiel take the ball at the 35-yard line. First down.
All right, get pretty good field position here too. So
first quarter numbers, East 1 of 2, 46 yards. That long toss to Cameron Drake. Schools 4 for 20. Smith going to take the snap, gives the ball to Barca. And Barca got to the line of scrimmage and then was driven back by a host of Wolverine jerseys.
Second and 10 at the 35.
No gain on the play. It's second and 10, 13-15 in the first half clock. Grove City 14 and the Thiel Tomcats 3. In the 35th playing of the Mercer County Cup. A creation from Coach Chris Smith.
Yeah, I like
it. Play fake to Barca. Smith's going to keep it, and he's going to be knocked down after a gain of just 1. And it looked like that Wolverine defense has made some adjustments on the fly here in this third possession.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, they're not going to, certainly what Thiel did to work it themselves down the field isn't going to work as well this second time. However, like we said, Damon Smith made a lot of that drive happen, just kind of improvising. with his legs.
Trips to the left. They'll empty the backfield now. So Smith is all alone. And the Wolverines don't like the look the Tomcats are showing. They'll call a timeout with 12:16 to play in the first half. And we just saw in a couple plays on this drive the adjustments that they have made. And that look forced the Wolverines to take a timeout. They had a trip diamond formation out to the outside and looked like only had 2 people in coverage.
I know, yeah. Again, it's, Coach DiDonato talked about it. It's like that a lot of these teams here that they're playing are these rivalry games, Geneva and now Thiel, these last couple teams throwing some things that they aren't on tape, the things that you almost save for your rivalry game, and that was one of them. So good timeout for Grove City, and see what Thiel comes back out with here.
Boy, Geneva definitely did that last week, showing all kinds of looks that nobody was ready for.
Yeah.
3rd and 9. Smith out of the pistol, one tailback in the formation. He's got 3 receivers to the left. Receiver going to go in motion, empty the backfield. Smith, 5-step drop, freshman looking to throw. Rolling right, pressured from behind. He's going to go down at the 31-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and long, and a big stop for the Wolverine defense.
Yeah, Brent Engelman just gave him nowhere to go. He may or may not get credited for the tackle. He was in on it, but he was the guy that did not give Damon Smith anywhere to go there. Great job by Engelman.
2 men back deep for the Wolverines. Tomcats will punt the ball away. Looks like
Kleckner to punt.
Kleckner will punt the football away. He handles all their kicking duties. Low spiraling kick. Jacob Ross going to pick it up. Go across the 30. 35. Broken tackle across the 40. 45 in near midfield on a play as he tightrope the sidelines and picked up, an extra close to 20 yards.
Yeah, no, that was great. Jacob Ross, the junior from Franklin Regional, getting it done. Thought, okay, he's just going to pick it up on the step out of bounds after picking up 2 yards, but he kept on going, broke a tackle, and gets Grove City almost to midfield.
Spot the ball at the Wolverine 48-yard line. 1st and 10, 11-17 to play in the half. 14-3 Wolverines. East out of the pistol. Sheila goes in motion. A high snap goes through the hands of Josh East, and he'll fall on it back at the 31-yard line. There's been a couple of high snaps from Jeff Matthews today, and that one sailed over the 6-foot Josh East.
And I tell you what, East had to know that he was going to pay a heavy price, too, when he fell on. He had Gabe Jackson bearing down on him, and when he picked it up, Jackson put all 265 pounds into him. Ugh.
2nd and 26. Toss the ball to Schools. Blockers out in front, looking to turn the edge. Now cuts back across the 40 and all the way out to the 43-yard line. Nice run by the junior Wesley Schools.
Yeah, nice blocking down there by Rob Kunst. I love Rob Kunst. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, listed at, where's number 44 blocker? He's listed as a wide receiver. I love that.
Twins to the left, 1 man to the right. That is the sophomore, and Cody Gustafson. 63 catches, came in with 926 yards. East on the play action, down and out route. Gustafson makes another catch, and he's pulled down at about the 38-yard line.
Okay, he got up.
Pass complete to Gustafson.
Didn't look good.
Tackle did look a little awkward.
Look awkward. And
Beckford on the tackle.
It's 4th down and 1.
Yeah, those knees that go out instead of back and forth.
Wolverine's going to keep the offense out there. East going to head under center. Now a whistle, and the Tomcats want a timeout.
Timeout. Thiel.
9:37 to play in the half. Grove City 14, Thiel 3. The thing that was impressive with that call was just how quickly they adjusted the personnel and got the big people out there to get to the line.
I know, yeah, that's why Thiel called a timeout. I don't know how Thiel is going to do, but they had to call that timeout.
University of Chicago 0.
We heard that public address announcer Ryan Briggs talking about the women's soccer team at Grove City that got an NCAA bid. Playing Chicago. It's tied 0-0 about midway through that game. So the 18th minute, 0-0. The Grove City College women having a great season under, certainly becoming a legendary coach, Melissa Lammy.
So 4th and, we'll call it less than 1. East goes under center. Takes the snap, going to follow Jeff Matthews up the middle, and he'll have the first down by a yard, and this drive will continue.
Right. Yeah, you got to hate that. You don't have your right package out there. You burn one of your timeouts, and then they get a first down anyway.
East on the run, gain of 2 yards on the sneak. First down, Grove City.
The Wolverines have shown that, bringing that extra offensive lineman in Brian Mitchell. He'll check out on 1st and 10 at the 9:20 mark to go in the first half. It's Gustafson to the right. Caffrey and Drake to the left. East out of the pistol. Schools to his left. Schools going to get it. Running to the right side across the 40. Down to the 42-yard line. That'll bring up a second down and close to 8. Schools coming into play, Chris. 1,268 yards, 12 touchdowns, so give him now 13. 9th in Division III in rushing coming into the final week. 141 yards per game.
Just an extraordinary season. He's been durable, injury-free, reliable. Just every defense is keyed on him, and he's still been able to get it done.
Schools now moves to the right of East out of the pistol on 2nd and 8. High snap. They'll run the little toss play. Schools breaks a tackle, 35-30. He's down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Good again for a Wolverine first down.
There's a gain of 9 yards to the 30.
Gain of 9 made it look easy. It almost looked like Thiel was celebrating that it wasn't more than 9.
They haven't run that little toss play a lot, but when they do, it's been very effective.
Right.
Same look for the Wolverines. Now Kuntz going to go in motion. Here comes the penalty flag for a procedure penalty on the Wolverines.
False start. Number 70 in the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jeff Matthews, the junior, making his 21st start out of Allison Park, PA, and Deer Lakes High School. Continuing that tradition of the Matthews here at Grove City.
Yeah.
Kuntz goes in motion again into the backfield. High snap. Give it to Schools. Schools driving the feet across the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. You've seen that strength continue to improve year after year, getting into a college conditioning program.
Yeah, that was a big-time drive right there. As it looked like he squatted a defensive lineman for Thiel there.
Only got 1, but earned that 1. 2nd down and 9. So it is Gustafson to the right, Kuntz and Drake to the left. East out of the pistol. Schools the tailback. High snap. Going to give the ball to Schools. He's inside the 25. Going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it a long 3.
Run, brought down by Maines. 5-yard gain. 3rd and 4 at the 24.
Under 7 minutes to play. Fast-moving opening quarter. 14-3 is the lead for the Wolverines with just 6.5 minutes to play in the first half.
He said fast-moving opening quarter. It's actually been almost the entire half. Yeah, it seems like it's only the first quarter, but...
Snap to East, going to give it to School. Stood up at the line, and he'll go down at the 25-yard line. Lost to 1. Will bring up 4th down.
Wagner on the tackle.
Injury.
No gain. It is 4th and 4.
Tomcat number 11, Cody Wagner, defensive lineman, limping off. He's making it out of his own power. It's nice that so many of his teammates are willing to come out and help him off the field.
Yeah, from the hash mark, that side of the field, he was limping off. And
like badly.
Cut no help from anyone. Jeez. So 4th and 5 at the 25. East out of the pistol, Schools the tailback. Cody Gustafson, Rob Kunst to the right. Cameron Drake all alone to the left side. East calls for the football, play action, looking deep, looking for Drake over the top, into the back shoulder, and into the end zone for the Wolverine touchdown at 25 yards.
Yeah, great ball thrown by East, and Cameron Drake did not look up, kind of almost fooled the defensive back into thinking that the ball wasn't where it was. Went up at the last second, able to pull it in, and just a great ball thrown by East, and Grove City continuing their perfection on offense. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns.
East throwing touchdown pass number 14 of the freshman season out of Douglasville, PA, and Daniel Boone High School. Extra point banged almost all the way to the track and good. 5:47 to play, first half. Grove City 21, Thiel 3 on the home of the Wolverines, 91.1 WSAJ.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Mentioned it right before the break, Chris. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Pretty efficient offense for the Wolverines.
Right, and I mean, again, the only saving grace here so far is for Thiel is they had a drive that took up almost the entire first quarter. Otherwise they'd be in a lot more trouble than they are because their defense cannot stop this Grove City offense.
Nick Morrow into the football. High end over it, kick. Going to be off one of the up man, loose ball on the field, and I think one of the Tomcats able to fall on it.
I don't think so, Mark. I think
one of the Wolverines come out of there with it.
I think Ben Palazay ended up coming out of it with it. It looked like he almost had a chance to pick it up and run with it. So, yeah, I mean, that was a guy there.
The kick was muffed by the receiving team, picked up by the kicking team. It'll be placed at the spot of the recovery.
Yeah.
First down, Grove City.
Yeah.
You can't advance that.
It was a guy that did not look like he should be that deep for the receiving team that caught that. A big lineman-looking guy. Comes off of him, and Palazay able to pick it up.
East play fake to Schools. He'll keep it, and he's going to get buried right near the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a broken play there, and East trying to make something out of it, but Thiel defensive line all over it.
Yeah, Jeff Matthews has struggled with some snaps this afternoon.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. East going to keep it, flip it to Schools, and Schools gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for just 1. It's 3rd down and 9.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Crawford playing for Thiel. He's from Greenville, hometown kid. Doing a nice job forcing Schools up into a tackle.
1 receiver right, 2 to the left. East out of the pistol. Sheila is the wing back to the right side. Play clock now down under 10 seconds. Game clock under 5 minutes. Play action for East. Time looking deep for Gustafson. Jump ball, and that ball is going to be caught inside the 5.
East pass complete to number 14,
yeah.
Cody Gustafson.
There's a case where Gustafson making his quarterback look great because that was not really the ball that he wanted to throw, but Gustafson able to come back to the football. Got tied up momentarily with Malik Beckford, and it kind of almost like a basketball jump ball. But Gustafson able to just kind of wrestle it out of there and be awarded possession.
Yeah, almost looked like dual possession that went to the receiving team. East moves under center. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Sheila in motion. Give it to Schools. Lowers the shoulder, drives the feet into the end zone for touchdown number 14 for Wesley Schools. 27-3 is the Wolverine lead.
Yeah, just a big old block out there by Brian Mitchell, one of the seniors. He pancake blocked somebody, and Schools able to follow him into the end zone. And Grove City, 4 possessions, 4 scores.
So it will bring on Nick Morrow to attempt the extra point, line to the right. Snap down, extra point all the way, and the kick is good. 4:06 to play, first half. Grove City 28, Thiel 3 on 91.1 WSAJ.
Paul McNulty. Grove City College is a highly ranked national liberal arts college where your formation is viewed holistically, embracing mind, heart, and hand. You'll discover your calling and be equipped to pursue it. You'll also be a part of a community of purpose and principle. Faithfulness to this mission is one of our core values. Learn more about us at gcc.edu.
4:06 to play in the half. Grove City 28 and Thiel 3. 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Wolverines.
Morrow to kick off. Mosley and Johnson D.
1 for East, 2 for Schools, and a 1 for Cameron Drake. Spreading it around.
Yeah. The offense has been just outstanding today.
Another high end-over-end kick for Morrow. One of the big linemen able to catch that football on the run and got out across the 30, near the 36-yard line. It looked like 66 on the
66,
return.
yeah.
Josh Zinmeister, a senior offensive lineman.
They got like 5 or 6 guys back there wearing these big numbers and going 270 back there.
First and 10 at the 36.
It's just like opposite day or something back there.
First and 10, Tomcats at their 36-yard line. Split backs in the backfield with Damon Smith, the freshman quarterback who takes the snap. He's looking to throw on first down. Going to fire downfield, and that ball almost intercepted at the 45-yard line. Was knocked away and incomplete.
Yeah, what a great job by Jacob Ross. Ross able to get out there and knock it down. Hey, good news from the women's soccer game. The Grove City College women getting on the board with a goal. They're now up 1-0 on Chicago. First period, 15:51 to go.
Second and 10 after the incompletion. Smith going to hand the football off, and again, not a lot of room for the tailback for the Tomcats. Barca picks up 2. It's 3rd down and 8.
2-yard gain. It is 3rd and 8.
Yeah, nice job out there. Again, there's my guy, Sam Henson. I was trying to think, who made that tackle? I'm trying to see the number. I should have just guessed him.
3rd down and 8. We get coming up at halftime. It's a Mr. Andy Erb and the Wolverine Marching Band as their seniors out their last performance today as well. Smith's going to keep it, and he's going to go down right near the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down and 8. And the whistles will stop play. I think the Wolverines have used the timeout.
Grove City, second charge timeout.
To see if they put a few seconds back up on the clock. And you like that, trying to get the football back with 3 minutes. And you've got 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot, yeah. And we saw, Andrew DiDonato, you could use that as like your public service announcement on how to use your timeouts on defense to get the football back. He's done that.
Chicago just tied it up.
Chicago just tied it up.
So 3:01 to go in the half, 28-3 Wolverines. And 2 are going to go back to return this kick. It'll be Cameron Roth, number 9, and Jacob Ross, number 20, back to return.
Kleckner to punt. Ross and Roth D.
Kleckner, the junior from Newcastle and Shenango High School, will kick. Good snap. Kleckner turns it over, gets away, high, spiraling kick. Ross at the 20. Looking for a block. It's across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. So the Wolverines will have 2:48 and one timeout remaining to go in the first half.
At the 29-yard line.
All right. So again, 4 possessions, 4 scores for this Grove City offense, and really Thiel, the scoring drive, a drive that took up, almost the entire first quarter after the first Grove City score. So here we go.
East out of the pistol. Receivers right and left. Sheila going to go in motion in the backfield. Toss to Schools, trying to get to the edge. Steps into a hole across the 30. Dives out to the 33-yard line for a gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, Ross Francois out there tripping him up. One of those guys from Florida.
He's been making plays all over the field for them today.
No, he is. He's a good player.
Second down, 6, 2:20. East to throw. Down and out. Gustafson makes another catch. He's out of bounds for a first down.
Pass by Josh East, complete to 14, Cody Gustafson.
That's that play we've been lauding all year, right?
They run that with perfection.
Down, out, almost post Cody Gustafson up along the sideline, have him make the catch.
First and 10 at the Wolverine 49-yard line. We hit the 2-minute mark to go here, first half. East takes the snap. Option toss to Schools, who gets across the 45.
Schools on the run. Out at the 47.
And we'll go out at the 47-yard line.
Second down and 7.
A little option play. Really didn't freeze the backer there, Francois. So Francois able to force him out of bounds, but not before he picks up the first down.
Does stop the clock with 1:52 to play in the half. East. Time going to fire deep for Gustafson. Makes the catch in stride, and he'll run it into the end zone for the Wolverine touchdown. It's now 34-3.
Yeah, East just putting on a clinic. That looked like two guys, on a summer morning working out.
From Josh East to Cody Gustafson.
Cody Gustafson just running in stride. You can tell those guys spend a little bit of time each week working on the timing of that.
So it will be Nick Morrow. Touchdown pass number 15 for East. Touchdown catch number 15 on the year for Gustafson. Snap, rush, extra point up, and it is good. It is Grove City 35, Thiel 3 on the home of the Wolverines, 91-1 WSAJ.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today. So it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Back here on 91-1 WSAJ, Grove City. 35-3 is the lead for the Wolverines, and Cody Gustafson continues to rewrite the Wolverine record book.
Yeah, he sure does. He's something else. Talk about some of the great receivers we've seen here, Anthony Ritchie and some of the others. Gustafson just eclipsing all of their marks.
Kick caught at the 15, outside 20, looking for a block, 25, 30 to the 35, and then a nice open field tackle as he's dropped in his tracks by, that looked like 26, Zach Zeisler, who made the play out of North Allegheny High School.
Yeah. Zeisler making a really nice open field tackle, you're right. Another one of those football factories, North Allegheny. Got beat last night by Seneca Valley. About that.
How many factories does Western PA have for high schools?
Yeah, quite a few. You go up and down the I-79, I-80 corridors there. Quite a few.
Throwing on first down. Pass is caught out to the 40-yard line. Smith with the completion to Devin Turner.
Ross on the tackle.
His high school teammate at South Park. Gain of 5, second and 5. Smith again to throw. Fires downfield again. Turner makes the catch at about the 48-yard line. That's good enough for a Tomcat first down.
Minute 13 to go here on a clock that is momentarily stopped. Now it starts rolling again. So
Wolverines lead 35-3, and we'll get the football to start the second half. Flipped the ball out into the flat, and it looked like Smith he didn't have good grip on the football as it just kind of sailed on it.
Right. Yeah, it was supposed to be basically right along the line of scrimmage, and that ball a couple of yards out ahead of him.
So second down and 10 on the incompletion. 1:01 to play here in the first half. Smith breaks the huddle, sends two receivers to the right, one to the left. Smith calls for the football, pump fake. Looks now being backside pressured, rolling out to the right. He'll just throw this one away into the bench as he was being pursued by Brett Engelman, the sophomore from Milton High School, from behind.
Yeah, Engelman just not letting him get his feet set. So he could run away from him and get away, but he was never able to set his feet or he would have got blasted. So he just kind of throws it into gets outside the pocket, throws it down along the sideline and runs out of bounds himself.
3rd and 10, 53 seconds to play in the half. Two receivers going to go to the right, one to the left, led by Big Fred Davis out to the right. Smith to throw, try to set up the screen, and that pass is going to be caught. Right there to make the tackle in stride is junior Jacob Ross out of Franklin Regional. It'll bring up 4th down and 5.
That was a great play by Ross, because that was set up well, and had Ross was all by himself. Had he broken that tackle, he was going to continue to run for probably 10 or 15 more yards.
There's about a 5-second difference between play clock and game clock, so Tomcats letting the clock run down. Game clock now down to about 15 seconds. It'll continue to roll. And they may elect to run it all the way down as far as they can, take a timeout, maybe take a knee.
Yeah.
We're down to 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. You got it, Mark.
Timeout. Thiel. Second charge timeout.
So Tomcats take the timeout. 4 seconds to go in the half. It's 4th down and 5.
Establishing the Grove City single season and career touchdown reception record. With his previous catch, Cody Gustafson went over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. He now has 1,050 yards this year, which is a Grove City single-season record.
So we talk about rewriting those record books. There's another one for
right.
you.
I mean, it's now completely rewritten, right? It's single season in touchdowns, single season in yards, over the 1,000-yard mark.
Career touchdown catches,
right.
top 5 in receptions.
Right. As a sophomore.
He's going to need his own page in the game notes next year. Him and Wesley both will need one.
Right.
So 4th and 5. Wolverines will drop 2 back, but it is Damon Smith, the quarterback, who is out there. He'll be back to throw, pressured and sacked back at the 45-yard line by Connor Lowe, the senior. And we will head to halftime. It is Grove City 35, Thiel 3 on 91.1 WSAJ.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Halftime here at Robert E. Thorne Field in the Doc McMillan press box. 35-3 is the lead for the Wolverines over the Thiel Tomcats at the half, and every possession and a score for the Wolverines.
I mean, offensively, you can't do much better than that, obviously. No turnovers. You score at the end of each drive, and awfully tough to keep up with it. You could tell what Thiel's game plan was, and it certainly worked as they put together a 10-minute drive in that first quarter and got 3 points at the end of it. But, they just Grove City just scoring at a rate that nobody can keep up with, so they take a nice big lead here into the locker room at halftime.
A Wolverine high for points in a game this year, Chris. 38 week one right here against Juniata, and a 38-23 victory. And they are on pace to well eclipse that today.
Yeah, you'd think I'm not very good at math, but I think you're right. Yeah, they it's again just a great offensive showing. A lot of the guys a lot of these weapons that we talk so much about, Schools, Gustafson, East, all of the stuff that they do fully on display, and certainly the stats will bear them out.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at they've been able to score but do it quickly. 6-play drive, 4 plays. The longest drive took 10 plays.
Right.
So they've been able to score quite efficiently so far. East, 7 of 9, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. Schools, 16 carries, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Gustafson, not a bad day for a first half. 5 for 124 and a touchdown.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, that's what he does too. Like he doesn't do it every week, obviously, but a lot of times he gets these huge yardage games where he has a couple of catches.
It is time now to go down to the field and hear from the Grove City College Wolverine Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Andy Erb as they honor their graduating seniors.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Grove City College Wolverine Marching Band performance. Our 2018 halftime show opens with a fiery Latin jazz piece originally recorded by the Stan Kenton Orchestra in 1959 at the annual Newport Jazz Festival. Featuring trumpet soloist Sarah Dawson and color guard soloist Katie Miller, we hope you enjoy our opener, La Suerte de los Tantos. We continue our show with a song originally recorded in 1967 by Bob Dylan and further popularized by Jimi Hendrix through his 1968 recording. This piece appeared in many movies, including American Beauty and Forrest Gump, in addition to being featured on The Simpsons and Guitar Hero 5 video game. We hope you enjoy the bombastic sounds of All Along the Watchtower. Our show continues as we feature our twirlers, Marquettes, and Color Guard in a piece recorded in 2016 by Bruno Mars. If you listen closely enough, you might also notice a triangle solo by freshman front ensemble member Margaret Gagne. Sit back, tap your toes, and enjoy the driving rhythm and excitement of 24 Karat Magic. The show concludes with a stirring arrangement of a song by the Moody Blues recorded in 1967 and reaching number 19 on the UK singles chart. Featuring sophomore trumpetist soloist Barb Matthews, a duet by junior trumpeters Jordan Ronaldo and Christopher Woolard, and color guard soloist Sarah Grayburn, we hope you enjoy our performance of Nights in White Satin. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2018 edition of the Grove City College Wolverine Marching Band.
That is the Grove City College Wolverine Marching Band here at half. It is Grove City 35 and Thiel 3. We'll take a break, come back and have more here on 91.1 WSAJ.
Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. At 7 a.m., I shower. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. At 7 a.m., I shower. I start laundry at 8. At 10, we go for a walk. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers for advice, tips, and support. Together, let's help each other better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
There's something very dangerous in your home. It could be hiding in a closet or waiting in the basement. It's not sharp or toxic or flammable, yet it helps send more people to the trauma center than any other household item.
Hey, hon, do me a favor and hold the ladder for me.
I have a better idea. Let's just call somebody to clean the gutters.
To scoop out a few leaves? I'll be down in a heartbeat. Whoa! Ow!
No!
Using a ladder might seem easy. Misusing one is even easier. Ask any of the 150,000 people who fell off their ladders into the trauma center last year alone. Don't let a do-it-yourself project do yourself in. For tips on ladder safety, visit orthoinfo.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep your bones safe, strong, and well-connected.
Halftime here on 91.1 WSAJ. Grove City on top of Thiel 35-3. Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs joins me for a moment to give credit to all the hardworking people behind us during the game.
Oh, hi, Mark. First of all, thanks to you and to Chris Birch. Outstanding job as always. And it's always great working with you guys. It's a lot of fun. And it's been a fun fall, fun afternoon here. And got at least one more half of football this year. But you have an outstanding crew here in the press box this year. Every year I think I say it's the best crew we've had, but these guys are tremendous. So we have a couple of seniors in their first year. Wish I'd gotten them a couple years earlier, but they've done a tremendous job. Troy Atwood and Colin Lowry. They actually came on board in lacrosse last spring. They know lacrosse. I didn't know a whole lot about lacrosse. They were very helpful, and they said, "Do you need help in football?" And I said, "Absolutely." And they've been tremendous doing all the spotting back here. Also, Dylan Kramer back on the scoreboard. Dylan's in his second year, and he's does a great job of always stops in the office checking. He lives actually in the hall right above my office, so see Dylan quite a bit. Brett Heckathorn, who's a senior. Brett's been doing a lot of work, a lot of social media work for us, etc. Brett wants to get into. He's looking at pursuing sports info as a career. So I'm very excited to hear that. He has a very bright future in it, and enjoy really working a lot with him. And hopefully I've taught him a couple of things, although a lot of the technology things that take me 45 minutes, he does in 5. So, but he does a great job. And then Nate Wingard, who's not here today, but Nate was a freshman this year. Nate's actually on the men's basketball team at the college, and he's been coming along, and really excited to have him for the next 3 years as well. So outstanding group here of students. And then in the office, a couple of young ladies, Lindsay Stanforth, who's on the women's basketball team, and Jess Book, who's on the basketball team and the women's soccer team, which is playing in the NCAA tournament. So Jess is busy today, but they're in a 1-1 tie with the University of Chicago right now. But just a tremendous student staff, of course, in our athletic department, led by Coach Todd Gibson, our athletic director, so blessed and fortunate to work with and for him. You know, he's the boss who worked for him, but also work with him closely on a lot of things, and tremendous support for all of our coaches and athletic staff members, and can't thank him enough for everything he does and has done and continues to do for everybody, especially me in the department. And then our office manager, Kim Iliff, who she keeps things steady. And, of course, it all starts at the top with President McNulty and the Board of Trustees and Mr. Rathburn, the chairman, as well. But we have such a people always ask me, what do you enjoy most about your job? Well, sports obviously is a big part of it. When you're winning 35-3 for the Mercer County Cup, that's a lot of fun. But the people here, the people I work with, the students, the student athletes, so much fun, and I'm a very fortunate man.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You brought me in, you and Darren brought me in 8 years ago, and every game, every call has been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed being part of it too.
Sounds good, and we have another half of football, and maybe we've got another game. We'll find out Monday. Wolverines, got still some work to do here this afternoon to put away Thiel here, but we'll find out Monday if we get an ECAC bowl game, and if we do, the who, the what, the when, and the where, you can go to athletics.gcc.edu or follow us on Twitter, and we'll have the latest. It'll be announced Monday afternoon, and wherever we are, we'll be on the air, 91 FM.
Looking forward to it. So we are just moments away from getting the second half underway, and hopefully the cup stays here in Grove City.
We have to go find the cup. I don't see the cup at the moment, so that's priority one right now. I kept the headset warm for Chris. We'll let him jump back in the saddle.
So that is Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs, and we are moments away from getting the third quarter underway. Halftime numbers right now for the visiting Tomcats. Nick Barca, 11 carries, 35 yards. Smith, 6 of 12 through the air for 1 interception, 42 yards. David Pugh, his leading receiver, 2 catches for 24. For the Wolverines, Wesley Schools, 16 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh East, 9 of 7 throwing the football, 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cody Gustafson, Chris, 5 catches, 124 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
Yeah, again, I'm not a math whiz, but that's a pretty good average.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Sam Henson, your leading tackler, with 9. Ross Lowe and Mark each with 4 apiece.
Yeah, good stuff.
Wolverines will get their hands on the football as we get set to begin quarter number 3. Kick going to be fielded and returned all the way out across the 40 on a squibber.
Yeah.
And Sheila falls on it at the 42.
Yeah, Sheila was very emphatic that is what he was going to do. He was going to get that football and he was going to fall on it, so.
A smart play.
Yeah, real smart. Yeah, again, you see this sometimes those guys, their eyes light up. They're all right. I'm going to show coach here that I'm a kick returner. I'm kick returner material, and it doesn't end well very often. So he just grabbed it and fell on it.
East going to send Sheila in motion right to left. High snap. Schools on the carry. Wesley gets out to the 45.
Schools on the run.
He'll gain 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, there's Francois again making another tackle. Good gain by Schools on first down, but Francois, again, you look at some of these, we've seen it, haven't we, Mark? The difference between 0-9 and 6 and 4 is so small sometimes, and Thiel has a lot of, they got good players. They go 0-9, they're awful, but they got good players, and Francois is one of them.
And some very young, good talent. 2nd and 7 at the 45. Little option toss to Schools. 45-50, 45, and down near the 43-yard line. And another first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, just a great little pitch there, and Schools able to pick it up.
Where did you find hot coffee?
I went into town and bought it.
I was going to say, I could use about 10 of those.
Yeah, sorry, I would have got you one if I'd have known. Yeah.
First and 10 at the 43. 2 receivers go right. 2 left. Zach Trusky into the backfield for the first time today, having a very solid freshman year. Trusky ran the wrong way, so East will have to just keep the football and get down to the 41-yard line.
A nice little 2-yard gain there by East. Again, I like how East kept his composure there. He didn't panic. He didn't pitch the ball to a spot where nobody was. He just reversed his field, went up there, and picked up a couple of yards, keeps things in play here at 2nd and 8.
Trusky, 5'7", 175 out of Bishop Canevin High School. 2nd and 8. Schools checks back in. Kuntz left to right. East faked that option toss and flipped it out and incomplete as that ball falls to the turf. He's come close a couple of times, but has luckily not turned the football over.
Yeah, that one looked, when he threw that one, I was the only one really that had a shot at catching it was Davion Oliver. And Oliver would have been able, probably would have had a pick six if he'd have gotten it.
3rd and 8. Tomcats showing blitz, now lay back off. Don't want to give him the jinx, but it's been 111 throws in a row for East without an interception.
Yeah.
Back to throw. Gustafson makes the catch, breaks the tackle, dives upfield, and he's going to have the Wolverine first down.
You know what? Even at this point, even if you jinx him at this point, it's still awesome, right? It's like you make 80 free throws in a row or something.
9-yard gain to the
kind of been following that number during the winning streak that now is well up over 100. Twin receivers right and left. East out of the pistol. Schools the tailback to his left on 1st and 10 from the Tomcat 32-yard line. 35-3 lead for the Wolverines. Going left to right here in quarter number 3. Going to toss to Schools. Looking for a block. Gets it across the 30 and pulled down just shy of the 25. Near the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice block out there by Brandon Caffrey, the freshman wide receiver.
2nd down and 4 for Grove City.
It's one thing we've noticed over the year. There's a lot of depth, young depth, but talented depth at wide receiver.
Yes. And they're all willing to block, too. You know, that's the one thing. You know, everybody says, yeah, I'm willing to block. But these guys are all out there making good blocks.
2nd and 4 after a gain of 6 for Schools. Schools going to get it again, running right up the middle. Schools will have another first down inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards to the 18.
Nice big 8.
First down, Wolverines.
Nice 8-yard gain, picking up the first down and then some.
To the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. Caffrey, Gustafson to the right. Drake now singled up to the left. Sheila is going to be the wing back to the left. Play clock approaching 10 seconds. East going to give it to Schools again, running up the middle. Stutter steps in. He'll work his way to about the 11-yard line.
Schools on the run.
Bring up now.
Maines and Suter.
A 2nd down and just about 3 to go.
Gain of 7 to the 11.
Yeah, another big pickup there on first down. That's kind of been his MO the whole time.
It was a 7-yard gain, but it was just so smooth that it didn't even seem like it was that long of a run.
Right, that takes Schools over the 100-yard mark again. He's now up to 103 yards on the day.
16-17, over 100, and he's going to have 1st and goal down to the 4-yard line for the Wolverines.
Schools on the run.
16 of 17 games this year. The only one I believe was on the wet track at Bethany that he didn't go over 100.
Right. That was just, one of those just miserable days, the weather, everything. Yep.
1st and goal from the 4. Schools again gets the handoff, pushes the pile into the end zone for a Wolverine touchdown.
Yeah, great surge by the offensive line, and
it is a 4-yard touchdown run for
Grove City College into the end zone again.
That gives Schools 15 touchdowns on the year, with his 3rd this afternoon and a 41-3 lead for the Wolverines.
Morrow to attempt the
maybe we were going to see
extra point. Tyler
Chelsea
Gustafson
Tischler on this one.
Morrow line to the right to attempt the extra point. Tyler Gustafson holds, and it's good. So 10-20 to play here, 3rd quarter, and it is a high offensive output for the Wolverines of 42 points, and we still have 10-20 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, six possessions, 6 TDs. So again, pretty perfect offensive efficiency here for this Grove City College offensive unit.
So the special teams unit will come on and kick the football away with 10-20 to play. Update on the soccer with Grove City's women in Chicago. They remain tied 1-1 in the second half.
Yeah, big high drama there. They got on the board first, and
so they will get set to kick the football off here.
Morrow to kick off. Mosley and Johnson D.
Oh, short off the side of Morrow's foot, bobbled by one of the up men, and then a pile ensues at the 43-yard line, and this time I think he was able to fall on the football.
He was able to get it back. So, yeah, the same guy that bobbled it was able to get it back.
Thiel takes over first and 10 at the 43.
So 10:18 to play. Tomcats have the football, first time, third quarter, going into the wind. Damon Smith, 6'1", freshman, going to hand the ball off to Barca. Barca bottled up initially at the line of scrimmage, then able to bounce it to the outside, get across the 50,
Barca on the run,
and into Wolverine territory at the 49-yard line. 42-3, Wolverines with the lead. First possession, Tomcats right to left here, third quarter. Just a
second down for Thiel.
very, very few light flurries.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, it's cold. It is, what's making it particularly cold today is the wind.
Hand it off again to Barca. He'll have the first down to the 45-yard line. And with 9:48 to play here in the third quarter.
9:45 to go here on a moving clock.
It is first and
Grove
10
City College, 6
for Thiel.
Possessions,
First down to Grove City,
6
45.
touchdowns, up 42-3.
Barca got a lot of work on the drive they got the field goal on, and that's just his 13th carry now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's an odd statistic right there. You're right.
Two backs in the backfield with Smith, who's back to throw on a 3-step drop. Going to fire it downfield. Single coverage. Receiver didn't even look back for the football. He was blanketed by Daniel Jackson.
Yeah, you almost wonder if he has the arm, enough arm to get it to where that receiver was. Jackson, pretty easy coverage there.
Jackson, 6 interceptions, puts him third in all of Division III.
Wow. Yeah, he's really good. He's a really good cover corner.
So 2nd and 10 at the 45. 9:17 to play. Barca again on the carry, 2 hands on the football, has the first down across the 35 and down to the 33-yard line, and Daniel Jackson there from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Grove City 33, first down Thiel.
Down to 9 minutes to play, third quarter. Tomcats have driven the football to the Wolverine 33-yard line. So far this afternoon, we've seen the record book for Cody Gustafson with his now all-time total yardage as a receiver, breaking the school record. To gain to Barca for about 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
3-yard
Yeah, this is easily Grove City or Thiel's second most impressive drive. The other one was the long scoring drive in the first quarter, but they're putting something together here midway through this third quarter.
So 2nd and 7. Ball right at the 30-yard line for the Tomcats. 2 receivers go to the right side. 1 now to the left. Split backs behind the quarterback and Damon Smith.
Oh, got him.
Movement up front, and this is going to cost the Cats 5.
Yeah. 17 of the offense. $5 penalty. Repeat the down.
Yeah, Grove City sort of showing blitz there, and when they showed blitz and Engelman came after it, a couple of Thiel guys jumped.
And that left side showing that they were coming.
Yeah, Engelman came up like he was trying to time the snap.
2nd and 12, back to the 35-yard line. 7:40 to play, third quarter, 42-3, Grove City. Smith going to throw it, steps into a deep ball downfield and overshoots his receiver, incomplete. Looking for Devin Turner, his high school teammate. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, pretty good coverage at the end there by Ethan Conto. He was able to catch up and give enough resistance. But, yeah, you're right. The bottom line was the ball was overthrown.
So 3rd down and 12. He showed pretty good arm strength on that throw.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. No question about it.
Aided by the wind on that throw, but was able to get the ball downfield in the air.
That's that step into your right, throwing right. That's a lot different than step into your right, trying to throw across your body to the left. That's what the other throw was.
3rd and 12. Wolverine 35-yard line. Now trips to the left, tight to the boundary. They're going to run it with Barca. And Barca's going to be stood up at the line, Chris, after only gaining a couple back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Yeah,
Thomas Ellis off the pile.
I was just going to say, trips tight to the sideline, tight to each other, too. They were almost touching each other. 2 number 10s got tangled up there.
Well, like Coach mentioned in the pregame show, they show you some unique looks offensively.
Yeah, they do. Jamie Summers and Daniel Jackson, two District 10 guys, Oil City and Seneca, getting tangled up, and the official not throwing a flag, but barking at both of them to break it up.
4th and 10 for the Tomcats. Trips to the right. Barca on the move out of the backfield, now out to the left. Smith to throw it. Pressured, going to throw it underneath. Pass caught across the 30, 25, and it's going to be close to and will be enough for a Tomcat first down.
Caught by Page.
That big Josh Page, yeah, 6'5", 235, tight end from Lakewood, Florida. I wonder what all these Florida guys think about playing up here in rural Mercer County in the snow.
We call this November, you know. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Smith takes the football, gives it to Barker, running off the short side, and a good open field tackle by Jacob Ross up from his corner spot to make a good play.
Ross has had a great game. How many times have we said that about him today? Just he makes some really good play in the open field.
The junior out of Murraysville, PA, and Franklin Regional. No gain on the play thanks to that good one-on-one tackle.
Yeah, I know the librarian there at Franklin Regional.
Spent a little time there, have you?
My brother Wade is the librarian at that school.
So it'll be trips wide out to the right, near to the boundary once again, all bunched together. 1 receiver to the left. Smith's going to keep it running that way. Breaks a tackle. It dives down near the 1-yard line. That's going to be 1st and goal for Smith and the Tomcats at the 1-yard line. And
first and goal for Thiel.
Going to unpile into the end zone. A couple of players slow to get up.
Yeah, that was some pretty serious jets there by Damon Smith. He turned the corner there, and then he actually looked like he even went faster there as he picked it up. You don't realize, you look at the, Smith listed at 6'1", 145. So he's very, very slight. 145. You see 145-pound running backs in college football, but they're usually about 5'5", right? So, yeah, he's very slight.
1st and goal from the 1. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Gives it to Barca, and he will push his way into the end zone for the Tomcat touchdown with 4:54 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
1-yard run for number 3, Charles Dubose.
Really good surge there by the O-line by Thiel, and Charles Dubose is the guy we mentioned before from Cardinal O'Hara in Buffalo, able to push his way in.
Rosales lined to the left to attempt the extra point. Fleckner is the holder. Snap, rush on. They bobbled the snap. Kleckner's going to pick it up, run with it, throw it into the end zone, deflected, and incomplete. So the broken PAT play results in incompletion, and that makes it Grove City 42 and Thiel 9 with 4:54 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And kind of like we saw in the 1st quarter, a good drive by the Tomcats.
Yeah. No, again, and that's the, you and I sat here certainly for those 3 years that this Grove City College program struggled to win a football game, and we would say it week after week, right? Oh, they did some good things today. And we weren't just saying that for posterity, right? They did do some good things. And, you look at this Thiel team, again, they got some good players. They put together some good drives. They do some good things, but just not enough, you know. And that's, yeah, that 20-play drive in the first quarter, and then certainly that drive in the second quarter was just a terrific drive. So, or the third quarter here, I mean.
So Wolverines get the ball back with 4:54 to play, third quarter, leading it 42-9.
Yeah, so that drive, a little more than 5 minutes and 25 seconds, about 12 plays. So really good drive by the Tomcats again.
And Wolverines really have not needed any long drives at all. Their longest scoring drive of the first half, 10 plays. Longest drive as a time of possession, a little more than 5 minutes. So they'll have somebody hold the football as it blew off the tee. Rosales kicking into the wind here in the third quarter. Excuse me, with the wind. Caught at the 10, across the 15, 20. Sutter steps, 25, 30. Ball on the turf, and it rolls out of bounds. Marcus Woodford lost the football, but fortunately for him, it rolled out of bounds to the Wolverine bench.
Yeah, he got it. It was ripped out of there too. A white shirt there ripped it out of his hands. So yeah, very fortunate for.
Ball is fumbled forward. Replaces spotted fumble. First down, Grove City.
Again, our referee today is Jack Thorne, and we've had throughout the year, and another outstanding crew doing a great job again this week.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 29-yard line. Kuntz, the tight end, in motion. East gives the ball to Trusky with a full head of steam. Out to the 35, to the 36-yard line. Some new names and numbers checking in for the Wolverines. We'll get you those as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. Chase Mamone, a junior wide receiver from Beaver, checking in. Gain of 7 for Trusky, 2nd and 3, out to the 36-yard line. Man goes in motion in the backfield. Again, give it to Trusky. Counter action, has the first down. He's across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. That's one of the things, we've kind of talked about it. You're noticing that the depth is really starting to develop.
Right. There's 2 good players at every position, and in some cases more than that. And certainly Trusky, man, he's a good player.
1st and 10. East pulls it down, swings it out. Caffrey makes the catch, makes a man miss, makes another man miss across the 50 to the 45-yard line, and that's a Wolverine touchdown. And a impressive run after the catch by Braden Caffrey, the freshman from Ashburn, Virginia.
Yeah, just kept breaking tackles, kept the legs turning, and is able to pick up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Down to 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter. 42-9, Wolverines with the lead. 2 receivers, right, 1 to the left. East takes the snap. Toss to Trusky. 45-yard line, pulled down there after a gain of 1. He gets to full speed pretty quickly as soon as he gets the football.
He does. He took a shot there and bounced right up too. Trout Johnson came barreling at him. Perfect angle and laid the wood to him, but he just bounced right up.
Trusky, 5'7", 175 pounds, out of Bishop Canevin. Going to give it to him again. This time ran it up the middle between the hashes, and he'll get across the 45.
On the run,
and he's going to be
2-yard gain
down to about the 43-yard line.
43.
It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Nice little drive here by the Wolverines. No big plays yet, just kind of grinding it down the field, killing clock.
Mamone, and that is going to be flipped out, loose ball. I'm going to say that Trusky caught the football, and then the ball came loose, and the Tomcats fell on the football.
Pass complete to Trusky. Fumble on the play.
Looked like he made a step once he made the catch, and then had the ball dislodged.
Yeah, Cody Wagner dislodged it from the big defensive lineman from Brashear playing out there for Thiel. And Trusky caught it, took the pop by Wagner, and then number 7, Trout Johnson, falling on it. So
looks like a lot of the starters still out there defensively. Kilgore, Henson, Conto, the linebacking core. Barca's going to get the ball on 1st down, and Patrick Mark meets him after a gain of about 3.
Barker on the run, brought down by Mark and
Brings up
Engelman.
2nd down and 7. Brett Engelman also in there on the tackle. Linebacking core, a lot of seniors, but some depth as well.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 at the 48.
Don't know what happened at the end of that play, but Barca had to be pulled away by one of his teammates back to the huddle.
Yeah, I think he was upset about just kind of something that happened sort of during the tackle.
2nd and 7. 2 receivers right, now 3 to the right, 1 left. Smith going to take a shot downfield, and that ball was underthrown, but the receiver came back to it and caught it in double coverage for a first down.
Yeah, both number 1, Patrick Mark, and number 21, Jackson McFall, probably had a better angle at it than the receiver, but neither one of them saw the football.
For Thiel, 1st and 10 at the 33.
We're getting things going a little bit here, Mark.
Give credit to the receiver who made a fantastic play on that football.
Did, yeah.
1st and 10 at the Wolverine 33-yard line. Smith takes the high snap, hands the ball off. And Barca breaking tackles.
Barker on the run.
And a little extracurricular at the end of that play.
It's number 10 and number 10. These guys have been just going at it here on the edge.
6-yard gain to 27.
Daniel Jackson and Jamie Summers going at it.
2nd and 4 for Thiel from the Grove City 27.
So 2nd and 4.
And how's that, Mark? Our friend and boss Darren heard us talking about coffee and took care of us. So.
That's unbelievable. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Morton. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll take that. Warm up. 2nd down and 4. We're under 30 seconds to go in the quarter, excuse me. Smith to throw downfield, and 2 Wolverines collide, and the ball falls to the turf. It was Jackson, Mark, and McFall all in the area, and the ball falls to the turf.
Right, there was 3 red shirts, 1 white shirt. The red shirts all kind of knocked each other away from it. So here we go, 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4, 15 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Tomcats have done a nice job moving the football here in this 3rd quarter.
They really have. And again, they're just, you just can't give up 6 straight touchdowns to start the game and hope to be in it. But yeah, offensively, this team has looked good.
Give the ball to Barca, 3rd and 4. Slips and tackle across the 20. Still rumbling and pulled down from behind at about the 17-yard line. That'll be in 1st down, and a flag comes in way late at the end of the play.
I was thinking, not that necessarily Daniel Jackson is getting close to getting this kind of thing happening to him, but there's murmurs here. We're talking, about the possibility of
personal foul, number 43, unnecessary roughness. That'll be 15 yards, half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Yeah.
So Brett Engelman picks that one up.
Yeah, Grove City with certainly an opportunity maybe here to play in an ECAC bowl game next week or the week after. So
the ball will be placed at
get
the 8-yard
thrown out of
line
this one up big.
Tyler Steedle, the freshman linebacker from Gibsonia, checks in.
Don't want anything like that to happen.
1st and goal. And that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter after 3. It is Grove City 42, Thiel 9 on 91.1 WSAJ.
Only in the forest can you see this. And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
I didn't know it could do that!
Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your moment's out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Final 15 put up in this one here on 91.1 WSAJ. Mark Means, Chris Birch, Darren Morton, executive producer. Coffee deliverer.
Coffee deliverer. That is extraordinary coffee, too. That is great.
Going to give the ball to Barca, bouncing it left, cuts back right, and he's down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. So second and goal now coming up for the Tomcats at the 4-yard line. Wolverines using a mixture of some of the younger players mixed in with a lot of starters defensively.
Yeah, that soccer game still, Grove City College women still tangled up with the University of Chicago, 1-1 in that one.
In the 19th minute of the second period.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to see.
Barker going to get it again, tries to bounce it outside, and he's headed about the 2-yard line. So it'll be third and goal from the 2.
Gain of 2, third and goal.
Even Conto in on the stop, and what a year the senior linebackers Conto and Henson have had this year.
Yeah, he really has. Yeah, Conto from Carn City. Chance to talk to his basketball coaches here hanging out with us in the press box. Chris Bellis checking out Conto and Big Callahan, Dalton Callahan, both played hoops for him.
Third and goal, and Barca is going to dive in from 1 yard out.
Barca on the run, touchdown Thiel. There's a 1-yard touchdown run.
And then there was a little bit of a get-together at the goal line after the play.
Right.
I don't think they were exchanging addresses for Christmas cards.
No. And again, you worry a little bit. Not really, but you worry a little bit about, the Thiel guys don't have anything to lose. 10th game of the year, all that kind of stuff. So if you're Grove City, and I'm sure the coaches are telling them, hey, you can't get tangled up in all that stuff.
Thiel to attempt the conversion.
So Chris Rosales Jr. a line to the right. They will not bring out Rosales. They're going to go for 2 in a very unique formation.
Timeout. Grove City, first charge timeout.
They had about 5 guys spread it out to the right side of that formation. The rest were to the left, including the quarterback in Damon Smith.
Yeah, it was just kind of an odd-looking formation, like the Confederate line at Chancellorsville or something. That's what they were trying to do. It was a strange-looking one. But, again, if you're Thiel, anything you're throwing out there this week, right?
And here I'm thinking, this does not look like the swinging gate from the Cowboys of the 70s. You go Chancellorsville.
Yeah, right. I go the 1860s, not the 1960s.
Wow. I have learned my fair share of history. I do not think I would do well in your class.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You'd be great.
So, again, they'll leave the offense out there with now Charles DeBose, the sophomore from Buffalo, at the running back spot. He'll take this snap, going to fake it to Barca, flip it into the end zone, and incomplete. Daniel Jackson on the coverage, could not get his hands underneath it. 2 officials there to say the ball hit the turf and incomplete. And with 13:39 to play in the fourth quarter, it's 42-15, Grove City leading Thiel.
Well, it was Fred Davis, the receiver from Tampa. He tried to, it was a nicely designed play, really well-designed play, but the pass was just a little bit too far for Davis to fully extend, dive, and get under it.
You look at their wideouts, Mosley 6 foot, Turner 6'2", Davis 6'2", Keandre Hood 5'7", but some big, tall wide receivers.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's clearly, when you look kind of athletically at this team, their strength is their receiving core.
And those 2 freshmen we just mentioned, Davis and Hood, lead the team in receptions. So after Barca's touchdown run, Rosales will kick the ball away. Wolverines have 2 men back at their 10-yard line. Going to bounce it on the ground, fielded and just taken a knee right about the 33-yard line. Let's get a number for you. That's 89, Logan Shreve, who was able to just quickly take a knee. And you can see some of the Wolverine special team players saw what happened to Thiel, and they haven't risked it at all.
No question. That's right. That's twice now. We saw Brent Engelman do that earlier, and great job, good decisions, especially with a lead, especially when you oh, I'm going to try to make something happen here. Well, why? You're up, you're up 42-15. You need to get the football and have a long possession.
So 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looks like Cameron Roth is now in at the quarterback spot for the Wolverines, wearing number 9.
Yep.
Roth on the run.
Roth plays wide receiver.
Yeah.
Also plays some quarterback at 6 foot, 190 pounds. Garden Spot High School in New Holland, PA.
Yeah, he's become kind of like almost like the old Cordell Stewart when he was the slash, because he was quarterback / wide receiver / kick returner.
So Roth, the quarterback, Trusky, the tailback, after a gain of 3. Roth going to give it to Trusky into the arms of one of the big defensive linemen for the Tomcats. Wrapped up right near the line of scrimmage after just a short gain. It's still going to be 3rd down in about 7.
Yeah, that was Gabe Jackson again. He's, I don't think his team's going to come back and win this football game, but he's certainly going to have the honor of having put some hits on people today.
3rd down, 6 at the 36-yard line. Roth on 3rd down and 6 as we approach 12 minutes to play in the ball game. And a throw for the first time. Downfield, receiver makes the catch. That's Jarrett Hurd, the sophomore, on the reception. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. And for the first time today,
how about that?
Brake will come on to punt the football away. Number 2 in the conference, averaging 38.5 yards per kick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's again, it's great when you kind of almost don't know who the punter is right on your team, and that's what's sort of happened here.
So Bragg, the sophomore from Mars, to punt. 3 personal protectors back there. Snap it. Bangs another deep kick that's going to take a bounce. Returner picks it up inside the 20. Backs all the way up to the 9-yard line. And he's going to be pulled down there at the 8-yard line. Tried to make a play. And the Wolverine special teams would have none of it.
Loss of 8 on the return. Thiel takes over first.
It's a negative 8 on the return for the Tomcats.
Yeah, you can see the Grove City coaches are really giving it to some guys coming off the field who are getting tangled up with the Thiel guys. Right, it's good. That's good coaching. That's good. You got to keep reminding these guys. It's so hard when you're out there and you're tangled up and somebody's talking and grabbing. And
so 1st and 10, Tomcats at the 9. Smith out of the pistol. Gives the ball to Barca. Barca just straight ahead. Out to about the 13-yard line for a pickup of 4. It's 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4 to the 13.
11-11 to play, 4th quarter. 42-15 is the Wolverine lead. Smith out of the pistol, split backs in the backfield, 3 receivers in the formation. Going to give it to Barca, 2 hands on the football. Got to about the 17-yard line before being pushed back by like 4 Wolverines there, Chris, to make the play.
Yeah, just clogging everything up. Yep.
Now, we've talked a lot about the secondary and the linebackers, but Chris Wolf, Connor Lowe, Thomas Ellis, Colton Young, Ryan Appleby, Stephen McLaughlin, all those guys up front have had great years, kind of setting everything up for others to make plays.
Unbelievable. Kind of unsung, too, yeah.
So 3rd down and 2. Smith out of the pistol. Reverse handoff to Barca. He's hit at the 15. Will give him forward progress to the 16-yard line.
Loss of a yard on the play.
He'll lose 1. It's going to bring up now 3rd down.
On the tackle. It is 4th down for Thiel.
Number 7 for Grove City, Tyler Steedle. He hurt his arm. He hurt his right arm. And early in the 3rd quarter, I saw him come off in screaming pain. I could actually hear him through the crowd mic, and he just tweaked it again right there, Mark.
So 3rd down, long 2. Tomcats will punt from their own 17-yard line. Steele being tended to by the training staff. High snap, they get it down. Kick is away. It's going to be picked up by Ross. Made the first man miss. Made another man miss. Gets to the outside. 45. 40. Turns upfield. 35. Fumbled the ball forward, and I think the Tomcats fell on it at about the 27-yard line.
I think so, too. Yep.
Great effort play by Jacob Ross, but the ball poked out from behind, and the Tomcats fell on it. Third turnover here of the second half.
Yeah, Dylan Kleckner able to fall on it, and it's just getting a little, kind of getting a little sloppy, a little hairy here, and
9:16 to play in the game. Tomcats back out there offensively after recovering the fumble on the punt return.
Right. The defense for Grove City certainly getting a little fatigue setting in here, certainly for this defensive unit that's now been out for almost most of the second half.
Charles DeBose now in the backfield at the tailback spot. Smith takes the snap, try to set up a screen. Now he's going to be rushed from behind. Flag on the play. They'll fire it downfield, and the ball is incomplete. Try to go downfield at Jamie Summons, the senior from Erie.
Flag on the play.
Looks like holding potentially on the Tomcats.
Yeah, I think they got him when...
67 of the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, I think when Damon Smith reversed Fields, I think they got him on the
There's a 10-yard penalty, first and 20 at the 17.
So that backs them up to the 17-yard line, first and 20. When you see young teams, it always does feel like that when you have the potential to make a big play, it's the penalty that holds you back.
Right.
First and 20 at the 17, 8:42 to play in the game. 42-15 Wolverines. Give the ball to the tailback. That's again 3, Charles DeBose, the sophomore from Cardinal O'Hare in Buffalo, New York.
DeBose on the run, brought down by Conto.
Yeah, Conto again just kind of plugging everything up there and denying that.
Second and 20.
Wonder how much snow they got up there.
Where's that?
If Erie got as much as they did, Buffalo probably got their fair share too.
Yeah, that whole strip through there, basically that whole I-90 corridor from Erie to Syracuse, they just get blasted.
Second and 20. No gain on that play. 8 minutes remaining here, fourth quarter. Smith the throw. Steps up, hit as he throws, and the ball falls incomplete. Looking for Garen Mosley, the sophomore from Baltimore.
Intended for Mosley. It is third and 20 for Thiel at the 17.
Yeah, that's good pressure that time by Grove City, not letting him throw the pass that he wanted to throw there that would have picked up first down yardage.
Brett Engelman, the sophomore, played a lot today and played exceptionally well.
Yeah, he has. There's no doubt, right? Yeah, we've said his name a few times this year, but certainly we've said his name more today than we have all year.
Heir apparent at one of those inside linebacker spots next year, coming back for his junior campaign. Smith the throw, sets the screen up, receiver makes the catch, and he's going to get across the 25 to the 26-yard line, but it's going to bring up fourth down and long, and the Tomcats will have to punt, and Ross will go back to return again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't think of it this way if you're coaching or playing for Grove City, but in a lot of ways, all that did right there is Thiel just had the football a grand total of about 6 minutes, and didn't gain hardly any yards, and melted away a lot of the clock that you want to melt away yourself.
Along with Ross.
Jacob Ross back. Wobbly kick. He's just going to back away from this football that rolls inside the 35-yard line. And smart play by the junior, because you never know which way that ball's going to kick, and he just got away from it
especially after the turnover last time.
41-yard punt. Grove City takes over first down and 10.
Opportunities for some of the young guys to get some playing time here in the final 7 minutes of the game.
Yes.
Women's soccer remains 1-1 in the second half. Cameron Roth takes the snap. He's going to run with the football. Roth down to about the 38-yard line.
Brought down by 51 Mills.
Luke Sheridan there now on the offensive line. Sophomore from Meadville, wearing 73.
Yeah, that's one thing that's nice about certainly, you see in Thiel plays, you got lots of local guys in there.
2nd and 4. Trusky hit at the line and able to twist his way forward, lost about 1. It's going to bring up now a 3rd down and close to 5.
Right. And not too often do you call a game where a kid that you had 3 years in class is on the opposing team. In 71, senior Cameron Neal, and kid that took your daughter to the prom 2 years earlier, freshman Nick Lanchak for Thiel is playing. Yeah.
Roth on the quarterback keeper, dives to the 45-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. And they will continue this drive for the Wolverines.
Gain of 7 to the 45. 1st down, Grove City.
Kelsey Tischler and Cameron Brake down there using the net. They've both missed the net now. Kicked the ball into the stands.
Trusky the tailback, Roth the quarterback. 2 receivers left and right. Roth takes the high snap, toss to Trusky. And Trusky going to get down to the 48-yard line. He'll pick up 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, able to stay in bounds.
You know, we've been doing this together a while when I couldn't even get that out before you mentioned it. Clock winds at 5:20 to play, 4th quarter. Twins right and left. Roth going to just keep the football, bounce off of a couple of tacklers, and drives to the 48-yard line of the Tomcats. Going to bring up 3rd down and just about 3.
4-yard gain to the Thiel 48.
Chicago has gone ahead of the Grove City women late now, 2-1.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Turned and looked wrong. Grove City up 2-1.
Yeah, that's
got my colors mixed up.
That was a bit of a mistake there, like in terms of the importance of the
Yes,
significance
just a
of
little
that. The
bit.
significance of that mistake was,
Ladies and gentlemen, on the out-of-bounds scoreboard.
Might be significant.
Yeah, right.
We also have a Tomcat down.
It's like our usual. We give the tackle to the wrong guy. Yeah, but no. Yeah, you can hear the cheer from the crowd. Yeah, at the
because you got it right.
Yeah, about the 85-minute mark, Grove City scored. So there's about 3.5 minutes to go now. So Maggie Williams with the goal for Grove City.
We're just killing it right now, Chris. We're just fantastic.
Yeah.
So they will take one of the Tomcats off with some help from the training staff with 4:57 to play here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the Thiel 48-yard line. Third and 3. Roth and Trusky in the backfield. Give the ball to Trusky right into the line. He'll pick up a yard. It's going to bring up a 4th down and just about 2 to go for the Wolverines.
2-yard gain to the 46. It is 4th down and 1 for Grove City.
4th and long 1 coming up, and the Wolverine offense going to try and pick up this 1st down and try and run the clock out.
Right.
Roth takes the snap, one-hands it, tosses it to Trusky, turns the corner, has the 1st down. Down to the 41-yard line. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
Yeah, it gives that's the best thing about that is you give the crowd a chance to acknowledge some of the seniors coming off the field.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Roth again going to give it to Trusky, and he'll fall forward right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play, so it's 2nd down and 10.
3:45 to go here on a moving clock.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Sun has gone down here, and temperatures dropped even a couple of more degrees.
Roth takes the snap. Fakes it to Trusky, swings it out in the flat, pass caught, good job receivers, blocked downfield. And another Wolverine first down on the reception by Jared Hurd.
Yeah, that's Nate Bell. Or no, Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd makes the catch there. And
gain of 12 yards to the 29. First down.
Chase Mamone, who did a good job blocking for Hurd. So he was able to turn it upfield and pick up the first down. .3:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Roth going to keep it. Across the 25-20 and down to the 18-yard line on a power run from Cameron Roth out of the quarterback spot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's got those big kind of fullback shoulder pads anyway. And
11 yards to the 18.
Just kind of blasting it there. And he's played well here in these possessions that he's gotten to play quarterback.
So first and 10 to the 18-yard line.
10 seconds left in the soccer match there, Mark. Everybody's watching the soccer match. We're the only ones watching the football game.
2:35 to play in the fourth quarter. 42-15 Wolverines. Two receivers go to the right, one to the left. Roth, low snap, just going to fall on the football back at the 23.
Fumble on the play recovered by Roth.
And it is indeed a final. The Grove City College women win the first round of the NCAA women's soccer tournament over the University of Chicago. Maggie Williams, the game winner with about 5 minutes to go in the match. So a big, big win for Coach Lammy's squad and the Grove City College women's soccer team moving on in the NCAA tournament.
Congratulations to them. They find a way to get the job done late and move on to the next round. Under 2 minutes to play. It's second and 14. Trusky with the football. Trusky continues to drive the feet down to the 20-yard line. He'll pick up 2. It'll be third down and 12 and 90 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Brought down by Oliver.
And you were right. You called it that first down there. That
2-yard gain. It is third and 12 at the 20.
Third down, 12 as we approach a minute to play in the fourth quarter. Play clock now down under 20. Wolverines taking their time. Roth going to take the high snap, gives to Trusky. Trusky outside 15, 10, down to about the 7-yard line and out of bounds. Zach Trusky having a good day.
He's having a good day. I was just going to say he might get his first career 100-yarder. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the out-of-town scoreboard, NCAA Women's Soccer Tournament, a final. Grove City 2, defending national runner-up Chicago 1.
And what a huge win that is to knock out a team that was in the championship.
That's unbelievable. Yeah.
First and goal from the 6-yard line. Roth takes the snap, gives it to Trusky inside the 5. Pile still churning. And all the way down to about the 3-yard line. It's going to be second and goal from the 3.
Trusky on the run. Brought down by Johnson.
.35 seconds to go, fourth quarter.
They're taking their time. 25 seconds to go on the play clock. See what they want to do here.
Roth going to get the play from Coach DiDonato.
Yeah, not in that much of a hurry. He's keeping his eye on the play clock, but I said maybe.
Down to 10 seconds to play. Roth. Play clock ran out, and Roth will just take a knee, and that will do it. Wolverines improved to 7-3 as they beat Thiel College and retain the Mercer County Cup 42-15.
Yeah, just a really, really impressive offensive performance. A game where a lot of guys did a lot of good things. A game certainly where the seniors feel awfully good about themselves. And as we hear public address announcer Ryan Briggs say, we'll find out Monday whether or not this season is over. It's kind of, you and I always kind of give our farewells here, but it might not be farewell. As a matter of fact, it probably seems as if it won't be. So really, really big, important win for this Grove City College football program.
We will take a break, come back, and wrap things up on Senior Day. Wolverines win 42-15 on 91.1 WSAJ.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control of my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
As I went through school, one giant question loomed over me. What did I want to be? But in order to know what I wanted to be, I had to first decide what I wanted to make. I wanted to make more. So I became a teacher. Now I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy. And giving up, impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought, and unconventional methods common. I make material things less important, and little things like patience and kindness count. I make weekdays more exciting than weekends, and classrooms feel like anything but. I make things different, which is all I ever hoped for. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
People are always talking about the stock market. Always looking to invest in a good opportunity. Something with the potential to grow. So what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids. Like a stock. Not the kind of stock where you invest to make money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for everybody. I could be the first college graduate in my family, the first district attorney from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there will be a second and a third. This can really be the start of something. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Well, Chris, all of the seniors leading the marching band in the fight song and alma mater as the Wolverines win it here today, 42-15. They improved to 7-3 and 6-3 in the President Athletic Conference. Tomcats dropped to 0-10 and 0-9, and what a way to send those 10 seniors out.
It's so great. Again, you just can't script it any better than the way it was today. It seemed like all 10 of them did something, good on the field, and a lot of them did more than one good thing on the field, and, they get themselves a win. They maintain the Mercer County Cup. They, clinched the best season, the second best season in the past 25 years and the best season since 1997. And they probably secured themselves an opportunity to play a postseason football game. So just an all-around terrific day for this program. And you got to be happy for these seniors.
Final numbers for the Wolverines today. Wesley Schools, again, over the century mark. 23 carries, 114 yards, and 3 touchdowns, averaging 5 yards a carry. Zach Trusky, 13 carries of 46 yards, averaging 3.5 per carry. Josh East, the freshman, 10 of 13, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Cody Gustafson, 6 catches, 133 yards and a touchdown. Cameron Drake, 2 for 70 and a touchdown. Leading tacklers in the game, Sam Henson with 10. Patrick Mark with 9, Jacob Ross and Parker Kilgore with 6.
Yeah, great recap of the stats as always, Mark. And again, just some real telling numbers there. School's doing his usual. Trusky doing his usual as the backup. And another great day for Josh East and, the receivers, Gustafson and Drake doing their thing. Gustafson, 133 yards on just 6 catches. Just an unbelievable day for him. And just a really impressive performance. And there's just such a kind of a buzz in the air here. This team, they knew they'd get the win. We have a chance to keep our season alive, and just so many good things going on around here.
You knew something special was building last year when the Wolverines finished the second half of the year 4-3. Right. They finished the year 4-6. We talked about it at the end of the year. You knew things were building and heading in the right direction. Yeah. And it's been a fantastic 2018 so far.
The thing of it is you say to yourself, okay, you go from 0-10 to 4-6. That's a huge jump. But I think most people who have been around, sports for a long time, you maybe could make the case that the jump that takes you from 4-6 to 7-3, that's an even bigger jump. And you think, well, what do you mean by that? 0-10 to 4-6 is, well, but you've now jumped into sort of that upper echelon of teams in the conference. You've made yourself sort of a legit team, amongst the really good teams. So 2 back-to-back years taking monstrous jumps from one year to the next.
Fantastic day for Wolverine athletics with the women's soccer team advancing 2-1 and the Wolverine football team retaining the Mercer County Cup for consecutive years and finishing the year 7-3. Make sure to stay tuned to all of the athletic social media, Grove City College web pages. They'll have updated on all the information as the ECAC selections will come on Monday afternoon, and we will have that game for you should the Wolverines be fortunate enough to be selected to be playing in an ECAC bowl game next week, Chris.
Yeah, again, it's certainly a big deal, and they'll find out. Like we heard public address announcer Ryan Briggs say, they'll find out Monday, so we will find out if this team is going to carry on, and it certainly does, sort of the way everybody's sort of talking, and the indications are pretty likely that this team's going to be in action next weekend.
So that will do it for us here this afternoon. 35th playing of the Mercer County Cup goes to the Wolverines, 42-15 for executive producer Darren Morton. Big thank you to Hannah back in the studios. For Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs and his great staff, my partner Chris Birch. My name is Mark Means. Wolverines win it. They finished the regular season 7-3, 42-15 on 91.1 WSAJ.
We're winding down.